Viewer discretion is advised. Content might be too kino for consumers. Following symptoms from viewing this content may include, but not limited to, the sudden urge to subscribe and smashing the like button. Stay kino. Stay comfy.
And we are here.
Mm-hmm. We are here.
Nice.
I think.
Finally.
Mm-hmm.
There he is.
Yep.
Yeah, son.
We have had technical difficulties. It has been one heck of an event. We apologize sincerely with the delay, but blame the bitch in the kitchen, as they say.
What if you don't have a bitch in the kitchen?
What if I'm the bitch in the kitchen?
Everybody knows that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Well,
what up, Brad?
Yeah, Rat Getty in the house. Prime bacon. Crazy day indeed. Crazy day indeed. I think that is understatement of the year.
Probably.
Anyhow, how's everybody doing? Joseph, how you doing? James, how are you doing? Pocket Kitteh, how are you doing?
Doing better now that we're here.
I know, man. It's fucking.
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking.
It has been a roller coaster of a last hour. It has. And as people can see by the title, "Let the Salt Flow," I think it's time to let it flow.
Mm-hmm.
Before we get into gaming discussions and opinions and conversation and everything of the sorts, James, I know you're familiar with the topic at hand. I know James, I know Jason's a little bit up to par. Joseph is unfamiliar to an extent. Michael is right about everything. There you go, Vision.
With Michael.
Eddie.
Yeah.
Hey, baby, we'll take anything at this point. Pre-recorded stream muted, by the way. Stream is lagging. Even better. We'll just roll with it.
Pre-recorded stream.
Yeah. No, I mean, even if so, that's fine with me. But as much as, I mean, a lot of people are aware with a whole bunch of drama within certain communities and people of sorts, and then people's names get dropped, and then people go into other people's channels and feel like they got to defend themselves, and then they have an opinion on this, an opinion on that, and then, well, I'm neutral in this situation. I like both creators equally. Well, that's fine. That's fine. I love everybody equally as well. I feel like everybody ought to treat everybody with respect. And I think if we were all grown men or grown adults, we would be able to handle a situation in such a fashion and not let, just set our differences aside. But it seems to be, it gets to a certain point to where you can no longer coexist within, each other's company without the sorts
Sometimes you just got to sit down and talk.
Exactly. And that's on multiple levels. And that's what we're doing here today is we're sitting here talking. We're formulating an opinion. You know, it's like, I personally don't have to defend myself at all. But, you know, when your name gets brought up in certain scenarios and you kind of have little insights, little bits of just wisdom on it. It's like, come on, man. Seriously. Cigar, Frank Caves. Always a pleasure to see that name in chat. We greatly appreciate it, and I think we'll jump in. And we're all familiar with Dylan in the details here.
Shout out.
Yeah.
You're scared of viewers. You've always been scared of viewers.
Shit. Deploy the link everywhere, people. I don't give a get 900 people in here. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you would. Yeah, you would love that, wouldn't you? To make me look like the bad guy, just like the other people do. Yeah, I see how the.
Now,
I was talking so much shit in this chat.
Yeah. Well, automatically though, get 900 people in the chat, you know, and then immediately, oh, you're scared. You'd like that, you know. It's like the angle of the argument here is like, I don't get the whole point. Like, what are you even trying to prove? I
don't have to do anything.
That is them. Yeah, you'll do anything, won't you?
No, I don't have to do anything. You already said.
I know you don't have to do anything. I know you don't have to do anything. That's the problem. That's what the problem is right there. You're just sitting on your chair all night, not doing shit.
Now, right there, from anybody who makes content or does anything of the sorts or just enjoys coming on here just like we do, what does it matter? You know, I'm not looking at, you know, Dr. Disrespect or Dan Allen Gaming or David Jaffe, and I'm going, well, all they're doing is this. This is all they're doing to, you know, whatever. That's, you know, that's their prerogative. You know, let them do what they want to. So I don't even see where that's applicable to, like, what does that even matter?
I do 3 shows a day to keep up with you.
No, you misunderstand. The words that come out of your mouth, baby. That's why we're reality checking here. You're talking about Chaz, someone who supported hundreds of fucking dollars.
That's the guy. Yeah.
Why did
Chaz
drop off from you, Michael?
I don't know. He's got.
All right, there. So a content creator has somebody donating hundreds of dollars and then gets his panties in a bunch when that same person that's donating money goes to another content creator and starts donating money, and he gets upset. And then when the question is proposed, well, why do you think that's so? Why do you think this person went from your community to another community? And your response is, I don't know.
Well, maybe he likes both.
There you go. That can be a possibility.
I give some of my kids money, and then I'll give the other kids some money. That doesn't mean I only give it to one.
Shut up, Vision. We close.
No, yeah, Vision, we getting close, but it ain't nothing to try for. This ain't nothing to do with this. This is just me personally. I've expressed myself in ways.
He's allowed to bring.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. But I'm doing it in a way to where I'm not. Let's say I'm not doing this with any malice intent. I'm not doing this for clout. I'm not doing anything. I'm just assessing the situation and just formulating an opinion, just purely on the matter.
There's drama. There's never-ending drama over here. So I couldn't begin to.
What was the reason?
No, I'll tell you why I dropped off. I'm going to be honest with you. This isn't what people want to hear, but I noticed he was donating less to me, and I got mad about that. So there you go. That's the answer. So I chewed him out.
Dylan's face.
So he's pretty much saying he chewed out one of his subscribers because he found out that they were donating money to somebody else and not him. Wow.
He's giving Dylan $5 here and there every time. He's giving me $1.99, and he's saying dumb shit. Not having it. So again, it's the money issue. Okay, it's all about money. This is the problem. There's no other problem. It's about.
Shit. Dylan gave the camera the old Jim Halpert.
Yeah,
Yeah, he did.
It's all about the money.
He did.
It's just all about the money. Like at the end of the day, when you think you got friends, and then you get a little bit of money involved, and then this happens, and then other people start coming into the mix, and then all of a sudden money becomes the issue. Cringe, what is this? This is, look, you're about to see what this is.
About money. If money weren't involved, we would
like
still
a
be
you
straight
problem.
together.
Sounds like a you problem.
Yeah, it is a me problem because I gave you this job.
I've been working this machine, this well-oiled machine, for a while.
No. You didn't have the ability to stream until fucking last year. Come on now. Which I shouted your ass out on those village streams so you could get 1,000 subscribers and all that watch time so you could enable the fucking live stream.
Now, what would that matter if you're friends? Why would that ever be brought up again? You did that as a friend before, and now you're going to throw it in my face?
All right, settle down, guys.
Well,
This is getting personal now.
Well, too bad. I mean, it's just the reality of it. They want to know the answers. This is the answer.
Mackerel beat me hard than Glass Joe.
I've been standing mine
He
for fucking
couldn't go
months.
12 rounds.
I tried so desperately to
sad.
stop with all this shit, okay? And then they just keep constantly bringing it up. Like, I've told these people to stop. Please stop bringing up Dylan. Something to that effect. And it does the opposite. So I can't even do my show. Because they just, hone in on what happened in early 2020. It's like, just go back and watch those streams. They're probably not available, but there might be a couple up. Go back and watch them.
What would you do if you were in Michael's position, Dylan?
Oh, baby, I'd be reaching out to every fucking life preserver I could grab. That's what I'd do. I'd be making content now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure you would.
Oh,
Who came to my channel first? Who came to my channel first? Dan Allen. That's what I fucking thought.
All right,
So you should be thanking me. Well, you should be thanking me that Dan Allen's even in this fucking conversation, because without me, he wouldn't be fucking here. So, I'm giving you this opportunity with Dan Allen Gaming in addition to all this other shit.
Settle down. What?
And then you got people like Michael Black. Hey, Michael Black doesn't want to be a mod. Oh, Michael Black doesn't want to be a mod. Guess what Michael Black does? He stops donating to me. He goes over to you because you're going to kiss his ass and give him everything he wants. It's all.
You know who Michael Black is? Huh? Let me ask you one more time. Do you know who Michael Black is?
Who you asking?
I'm asking everybody that has fucking ears.
I'm like, is this a rhetorical question, or is he?
Yeah. Well, no, I'm just saying, like, who in this motherfucking place knows who the fuck I am?
I mean, pretty much everybody in here, I would imagine.
Okay, and now do you think,
at least the people with a camera?
do you think
sure.
though?
Well, and
do you
James.
think that for y'all who know me, do you think I'm gonna donate to this content creator? And because he didn't make me a mod, all of a sudden I'm just gonna support somebody else?
No.
Oh shit! Hey, me
Where-
and Tom were in his chat that same day, and all got
Yeah.
banned in his chat.
Yeah, the same fucking day. And that's where it's like I go back and forth with, me having a conversation with him on the phone about everything that was transpiring and this, that, and other, and saying, no, it wasn't nothing to do with attention. It wasn't nothing to do here or there. Completely nothing.
I remember the first time me and you had a actual conversation. One of the first things you asked me was, what did I think about Michael's content? Like, what was my honest opinion?
Yeah.
And I was like, I think Michael is an entertaining guy, and I think he has some good editing skills and shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, he's a well-rounded individual.
Some of his content, especially his older content, I liked better. But I mean, hell, he turned into quite the douche.
Well, it's kind of like, Vision's over here like, yikes, this channel's leeching. And that's the same thing that, both communities will go back and forth and they'll converse about, just like how MDL discussed earlier, talking about, like, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be here. And it's like everybody acts like everybody don't put in their own time, their efforts. They don't try to, just come in and have a good time. Like as far as the clout and the leeching or the being a moderator or anything like of the sorts, that shouldn't even matter. Like,
Yeah.
That Dan Allen team in this fucking conversation, because without me, he wouldn't be fucking here. So, I'm giving you this opportunity with Dan Allen Gaming in addition to all this other shit.
Settle down. Settle down. What?
And then you got people like Michael Black. Hey, Michael Black doesn't want to be a mod. Oh, Michael Black doesn't want to be a mod. Guess what Michael Black does? He stops donating to me. He goes over to you because you're going to kiss his ass and give him everything he wants. It's all about money. That's the problem. There's no other problem. There's not a personal issue. It's about money. Okay? When money becomes a fucking factor, we're done. We're going separate ways. Okay? I can't do a show with Dylan anymore. When money's involved, it's sour. The whole fucking thing is sour. Because just knowing that shit's going to ring off, people inside are going to start thinking about, man, Michael's getting a lot of money or Dylan's getting a lot of money.
Yeah, I understand that. That's why I said do it. That's why I said when you do a stream, split it down the middle. I mean, does that not?
Well, we could. You know what? Fuck it. Turn the damn donations off. How about that?
That sounds
Yeah,
cool.
if you turn them off, if you turn them off, that would send a message, both of you, that you're there to entertain. But is it realistic to do all the time? No, but I mean, you could do it once in a while.
Yeah, but I don't have ways. There's no way to support me off the air outside of super thanks. So he has other methods that they could be supporting him, and that's fine. That's their prerogative. But they might come through at the end and say, "Hey, by the way, Dylan, here's that super chat money that I couldn't give you on the show."
Someone in the chat said they think you're obsessed with money, Michael. What do you have to say to that?
Oh, I need money to do my show. I'm going to Los Angeles. That's why we're gearing up for big content. Okay, I mean, we're not just going to sit there and do nothing. People do that all the time. And I'm not talking about who's on the line right now. Look at Twitch. It's a fucking cesspool. No one does anything. We have creative differences, clearly. Okay? So let's put that one on the list here. But I need money to do my show. Because I'm putting it back into the show.
I
the
did
hotels
it.
in Los
I
Angeles are
won.
not fucking
I
cheap.
finally got Michael to admit that he's motivated by money and doesn't
Do you
care
hear
about his
what he's
own
saying there,
fans, and
Dylan,
that
or
money
do
is
you
all he
disagree with
cares
him?
about.
Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
Hey man, it is what it is. Dylan's his own man.
Yeah, I mean, and that's true, but that's where I'm saying, as far as when you see the same regurgitated opinions and input on either side of any kind of argument, this isn't just applicable to Michael and Dylan. This is just more of the spectrum of why do people handle situations in this way? Well, I mean, it shows a lot about maturity and, and a lot of other things like MDL. If it really came down to just the money or anything like that, which I ultimately believe it did, very poor choice of, I don't know what he's referring to there, Dylan, but just to me in general, you can't sit there and have a community and then try to bash them for not giving you any money or anything of the sorts, and then they go to another community and then you start name dropping them there, or it just keeps going back and forth, back and forth. And where the fuck are you getting? Nowhere. You're still just stuck in limbo. When is that ever going to end, though?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to end. I mean, I don't know much about the beef other than what I've witnessed and what you've told me, but I mean, it just kind of is what it is, and some people are just that way, and I mean, if you're cool with that, then fine, but if you're not and you go somewhere else, I don't see any reason why anybody would give you any kind of a I don't know, it doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know why people can't just chill the fuck out and be cordial. But
well, that's where it was you think it'd be beneficial to to just work together, coexist, get along.
Mm-hmm.
But then you just like what was said, when money becomes the motive,
Right.
just like how we're sitting here right now, would it be nice if we made a whole bunch of money? Of course.
Mm-hmm.
But anybody would want a lot of money, but I don't think I would let money come in between any of us or anything of the nature of like, I'm going to start sitting there throwing up the fact of where I paid for this. I did this. I did the intro. I did that. I'm not even going to all that. I did that for us.
Right.
And if you're best friends, I did that for us, dude. I was trying to put you on.
Right.
And there should never be a reason for me to have to throw that into your face unless I'm saying a lot about my character in general, because it really sounds narcissistic to be like, oh, I'm just worried about my money. I'm worried about you taking my people, and then they're bringing the money to you. If anything, it's like, hey, bro, let's go get this cash.
Right.
Because if you're going to sit there all the time going, hey, guys, on tonight's stream, we're going to be talking about why you ruined gaming. Serious at the timer. Serious at the timer. I make more. I make more than a cop here. Okay. Let me tell you something. I make more than a cop.
You understand?
Now look, and and to me, it's like, okay, if you're doing pretty good and everything like that, why not share some of the cake at that point?
No biting.
But nonetheless,
yeah,
when your name gets brought into something like that and you just keep seeing it, and that was like an old clip, that was a while back. Me and him, like I said, I've said before, me and Michael talked for like 2 hours and 49 minutes on the phone off air. He wasn't in character, and I was trying to explain to him that I think when he's genuine, it's more sincere. As him as a person seemed like he actually cared when he's out of character. And I'm like, if you can't be if you're yourself, that's your own character right there. If you're not comfortable with doing that, and if you can't be your own character, you know what I mean? You ain't got to put on a persona and this, that, and other for people to like you and people to donate money to you. Just be real. And he was like, no, sounds like to me you just don't like the show anymore. And it's like, no, dude, it ain't that. It's like, I would much rather just support a content creator that I actually like. But I would also want to see, you become something a whole lot bigger than this. I don't think you're going to get so big being, in that routine, especially when you got drama complaining about people that donate $5 versus $2 on your stream.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine that. I can honestly sit here and say that I hope that I'm someday in that position to where I could be like that.
Well, yeah, exactly.
I could never be that way. I don't know. I don't understand.
Well, look, here's the way I see it. If Mutated Cutie or Frank Caves or even Vision was to pop in this motherfucker with $1.99, I'd be like, yo, boss, I appreciate you. Thank you. You would never hear me say things along the lines of, you must be poor living in your mom's basement eating Cheetos. Incel, you loser.
Yeah.
And, we've all heard something to the effect of that. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, why would you think they would go to a different community when that's how you treat them? And then you go, oh, y'all don't understand it. It's a character. Well, it's like, I don't care if it's a character, if it's your mom, your grandma. I don't like being talked shit to.
Right.
Especially when I'm giving you money.
Either. Right. I don't understand the whole character thing either anyway. I mean, it's just, I don't know. And if you're going to invite trolls and that's what your character's all about, then...
Well, that's what I told him.
That's what you're going to have to expect.
Yeah. Well, if that's your angle, if you want drama and that's what draws in your numbers, then go for it. I haven't, like I said, I don't bash on anybody for deciding how they want to do their content. Right. I just won't watch.
Yeah. Well, that's where I was at.
That would be the mature thing to do.
I was like, okay, well, I come to realize this is how your content is with like Midnight Walker and stuff like that. It seemed like it was, it just got to a point to where I was like, donate money. He was saying like, hey, if you bring in money, or I even sent him messages trying to donate him games because he's supposed to be a world class mega game critic or whatever, but it's like I
Mhm.
hardly see him. I don't think I've ever seen him beat a game, period. So at that point, it was like, well, if you want me to support you and donate you games and do this, that, and other, and yet you're not utilizing the material that we try to give you, and yet you start complaining about the community as a whole, it's like, how can we support you then? Oh, it's just money. What are you laughing at, James?
Just fucking nothing.
Nothing?
Yeah, I'm not even going to acknowledge.
What is it?
We do have the POTUS in chat though now.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
Mr. True International Depression himself is here.
sure did. But no, just along the lines of, you know, I just don't see how people are like that, dude. Like that really, I mean.
Well, I mean, the world's made up all different types. You know,
Yeah.
You got people who would, you know, love to give out hugs, and you got the people who like to bite your finger. You know, so.
What if you like both?
Yeah, I like getting a little, as long as they don't use too much teeth. But
Yeah,
well,
whatever.
you know,
Teeth. It's fine.
I think, needless to say, though, when you got people that are so divided on an issue, it's like how we talk about, like, politically, it's like to the effect of, like, if you just let bygones be bygones at that point and act like adults. Because I don't think personally, as of like this whole stream so far, I don't think I've slandered the man in any way. I just said, hey, you know, this is how the situation is. Like, you're kind of taking something and potentially ruin a lot of relationships that you could potentially have. For example, if a man is willing to give you $50 every other stream or every stream, and yet then you want to call him out, or the multiple times that I'd throw him $100, and then you're gonna call me out and say, "Oh, I went to another community because he didn't get made a mod, or he was looking for attention, or he was doing this." It's like, what? Did you ever sit there for a second and think maybe I was doing it because I was trying to support your content? And then I started seeing, okay, well, you're just being a dickhead to everybody else in the community. Why would I perpetuate that? Why would I enable that as a person? And I couldn't do that. So that's where it was like, okay. And then he don't want to work with this Dylan dude. Well, let me check out his stream. I don't even know who that is. Way more Kino, way more chill, relaxed, based, just sitting there chilling, having a conversation. Seemed like he was a genuine dude. Wasn't saying, hey, Siri, set the timer. I'm going to end the stream because nobody's donating. It felt like, you know, it was welcoming. That right there is proof in the pudding. It wasn't a matter of like, okay, I need your attention, or I need your validation, or I need anything. That's why I kept saying, like, do y'all know who Michael Black is? Because Jason, you know how I am. I'm one of the most compassionate people. You know, if you need anything, I'll be there. I'll give it to you.
Right.
I mean, there's probably a few people here that know that. So to go to the effect of saying that, that's like, come on, bro. Well, and it's been a long overdue thing, because when we talking about like, okay, start the timer, Frank. It's like, you know, when we sit here and talk about this has happened back in the day and the drama that's coming around, it's like, you don't really, you know how it's like, when are you going to be able to tell your side of it? Type it like, this is how I feel about it personally. I just don't think you can like recover from that.
Right.
And Dan Allen was trying to, like, in that time period, Dan Allen was actually, you know, he extended his neck out for both of them, you know, trying to get them to come together, and it was just a failed attempt, and that's how it acted. That's how it came to be.
Yeah, I've seen that type of, where people hate each other so much in a community that the whole community supports both, and they just can't stand each other. They attack each other like, you know, vicious dogs.
Yeah.
No, Vision? I'm not like that though, because the minute I would try to donate to Michael with a Kino Korner shout out or anything, you're leeching. No leeching over here.
Hey, we don't do that over here.
We don't do that over here.
We don't do that in the other guys' chat.
You're about to take me from making as much as a cop down to a teacher. We ain't having that.
We don't do that over here. Don't act like that over there. You're not gonna act like that over here.
Next thing, I'm gonna go to Nebraska. Content. You got it. I mean, And I'm all for. I told him straight up when we was on the phone that one day. I was like, dude, you're not going to LA for content. You're going to LA for yourself. Like that's what you want to do. And when you sit there and tell people like, hey,
it's a vacation, bro.
Yeah,
it's a vacation because y'all paid for it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. When you're biting the hand that feeds you, when there's so many people that are willing to support you making content and you going out there and doing that,
right?
Just beats the fuck out of me, dude. I'm like, I don't get that.
Yeah.
That'd be like me asking my boss for a fucking raise and then tell him he's a piece of shit. You get what I'm saying? Though? You know what I mean? Like, hey, man, I've been really working hard for y'all. I've been working hard for y'all. I've been trying to get numbers up and shit like that and trying to make y'all happy. Yeah, I've been trying to make y'all happy. You know, that's what I've been doing. But by the way, you're a fucking loser. You're poor. I've seen what you drive. I've seen your house. You're a fucking incel. Why the fuck would I give you a raise, dude?
Yeah.
Why would you support that? But I wish him the best. I honestly do. Like I said, I'm still that type of person where it's like, even though like I could give a fuck less what happens, but it's like you still wish the best for anybody. It's just like,
well, life's hard enough as it is.
Yeah.
Living on.
Well, and that's where I'm saying like it's relevant too to the fact of where it's like other streamers when they're posting videos that have your name within that. When it's completely unnecessary for anybody to have my name in their mouth to begin with.
Frank said the ghost of John Wick's Beagle was recording the stream.
Well, I could. I mean, cool. I mean, I don't know what you want me to say to that. Congratulations.
The president's daughter.
You know what I mean? Hey Siri, set the timer. John Wick's Beagles over here record our stream. Like,
yeah.
Hey, guess what? We make less than a cop over here. I mean, but you don't see us over here like casting any stones like that. You know what I mean? Like, nonetheless.
Hey, the man eats in front of a camera for content. That's all I gotta say. At the end of the day,
look, no, I'm not complaining about
eat these 50 nuggets.
I'm not complaining.
It's like the most disgusting thing you've ever seen.
If people want to watch that though, then you know that's up to them. You know, if they want to see somebody chewing on food, you know, I personally just so this is not exactly, but this is a little bit like off subject. But I have this like phobia type deal. I mean, it's a real thing where when you hear,
yeah, I don't like it either, bro. Oh my God,
I can't stand that, dude. I immediately just it infuriates me. Like it
dude goes right through me like pins, bro. I'm just like, ugh.
It makes me want to kick an orphan. Like I'm just.
Well, you know, everybody has their kink. No kink shaming here.
Well, yeah, no, I know that, and I'm not discrediting what he's doing. I'm just saying to the extent of like when he brings that up, like eating on stream, and that's not just him. I'm talking about any streamer. I mean, that could be in my house. Like if somebody's eating with their mouth like open like that, I'm like, hey, shut your fucking mouth, dude. Like,
yeah.
Like have some dignity and respect for yourself, you know. But nonetheless, Mutated Cutie, I love you too. But
Rick Gaddy said, smash the thumbs up button.
Oh well, I think
it
past that point, but
or just like I mean, it doesn't even really.
Yeah, and then you know, and for the quality of the stream too, I've seen people talking about the audio. And
yeah, Mutated Cutie was talking about that.
Yeah, our apologies, but we ain't got the best setup. We don't, like I said, we don't make as much as a cop around here when we're doing shit, and we don't have handouts and stuff like that. So we just kind of make chicken salad out of chicken shit and just make it work. You know, so,
yeah, I've got it on my phone right now, and it's fine. But I mean, who knows? It could be anything.
Either way, I could care less because, like, right now, to me, it's just us sitting here talking anyway. This is like a discussion I'm having with y'all.
Just bullshitting.
Yeah, well, exactly.
We're also all across country too, so you never know.
Yeah, all across country. Yeah,
weather related.
Yeah, But mostly it's just like I said, when you see like people like Good Senator or I'm a fucking devil, you know, and they're going into MDL's chat and you see names going up and popping up in discords and everybody's being judgmental and casting this stone on this person and saying this and saying that. And it's just like got to a point to where
it's like that Will Ferrell gift where he's like, everybody love everybody.
Well, I'm not even saying that. I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, like, who gives a fuck? Like, if you're so fucking consumed with that shit.
I've got better things to do with my life.
That's what I'm
people's
saying.
fucking stream and talk about how somebody else is better than them or whatever.
Well,
like, that's just not my thing.
And that's where it's like,
I don't give a fuck.
For somebody to say like, "Oh, you're leeching, clout chasing, you want attention." Well, a dude with 60,000 subs says my name on another guy's channel.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't even got a fucking like. Why is my name even in this dude's mouth?
Imagine this being a problem in like the 80s. Somebody saying those words like,
Dude,
"Oh man, you clout
on my pager. Bro. You hit me up on my pager, dude," and I'm like, just right fast.
Like, hey man, I heard you talking about me on the internet.
Well, look, you know what? That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't even mind the fact that you're gonna talk about it, but it's just like, is it really that fucking important to you? Like, you just sat on air and with so many people admitting to the fact that, like, okay, this person donated money to me, and I got so upset, I got so fucking butthurt because they went to your channel and supported. So I'm gonna show my ass.
Mm-hmm.
That's in the only channels, right?
Yeah.
The only
the only channels.
Yeah, exactly. And see, like Vision, the Dylan fumbled the football. Too bad he could have more subs if he sticked with Michael. And
I didn't say he stuck, but
well, that's what I'm saying. Like at the end of the day, would it have been worth it?
As a creator, you got to do what the creator
his sidekick instead of his own person. Probably not.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, let's look at it from this point of view. Is he happy doing what he's doing?
I bet he's way happier than what he was doing.
Is he having to put up with that bullshit?
No,
maybe he didn't want to leech off of MDL anymore.
Yeah, exactly. If he
we all put up with bullshit. Hopefully it's just our own and not someone else's.
If somebody was to sit there the whole time and ridicule you or demoralize your character or start putting you down by saying like the only reason you're on is because I put you on, I bought you there, I put you there, my people came for you, I'd probably want to get away from that too.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, fuck the money, dude. I'm good. Like I'm set over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at least we got that out of the way. Now y'all know how I feel. Relieved.
Knock that right out.
Mm-hmm.
In 39, 29.
Mm-hmm.
Damn short. I didn't even know we was on that long.
Oh shit, we're live.
Well, yeah, we're live. Oh shit.
God damn it.
The fight ain't even started.
Whatever.
I don't know. I thought we had some pretty good conversations last week after we stopped. We were no longer live. We should have stayed live longer.
Oh yeah, dude, that's normally how it fucking goes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lot of people is just, a lot of people just want to see a motherfucker eat. And I'm cool with that. But everyone is so jolly running their mouths and starting drama when some people just want to hang out and talk games. Who cares if I had... Well, that's kind of how I feel, but I do think there is a line that if you do cross, you need to, just like with myself included, if I ever offended anybody, I'm not too big of a man to go, hey, I sincerely do apologize. I think that me and you could have a mutual relationship and we could benefit from this and move on, rather than like, well, let's just start talking shit about each other on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
And with Devin, I'm not even saying anything but that's what I'm saying. Even though people may take your words out of context just as much as they could take what I say out of context, I can say, hey, I sincerely apologize that you took what I said out of context. I did not mean that. I didn't mean that in any malice intent whatsoever. It would probably be more beneficial if we moved on from this and grow from it.
In context.
In context. And if you can't agree with that, then that's a you problem at that point. I have moved on. I have grown from that situation, and I'm going to keep it moving. I'm not just going to stay back where you were at because that conversation just happened back then. I'm going to the fucking next one. Are you coming with me? Oh,
yeah,
no.
keeping it contextual.
You know what? I'm going to find somebody else that's going to want to. And that's just But nonetheless, everybody in the chat, I greatly appreciate you. I appreciate your opinions and everything. You know, it's good to see people in here that are discussing things to an sort. And just like I said, if we do have differences or you see things a certain way, that's fine.
That's kind of the point of everything is I think that it's awesome that everybody does have so many differences of opinion. And a lot of times when you start talking about it, you'll find that a lot of people have the same kind of opinion as you do, or just a variation thereof. And I mean, the world would be shit-ass boring if everybody thought the exact same way. I think that, that
was kind of the whole point behind this podcast in the first place.
Right.
That's what I said.
And Michael was in a party one night, just shooting the shit. And it was like 6:30 p.m. Eastern, and next time I know, after we're done bullshitting, it was like 4 a.m. and it just went. And he was like, "Bro, we just talked about so much shit. We could do a podcast." We had we were on different ends of the spectrum on some things, but a lot of things we agreed on. It was just, that was the whole I mean, and then there was all the drama going on between the two channels. And
well, when I talked to Michael on the phone that day, and I had just brought up about just, maybe just being a little bit genuine and not being so hateful to your community, and maybe get to know some of the people that you're bitching about not getting their money anymore. Maybe if you got to know them and had more of an understanding about them instead of calling them incels or being poor or this, that, and other for not supporting your channel anymore, maybe it would do you some good. It was just a God's honest, a friend to another friend giving advice. In other words, like, hey, man, if it was me, like, that's how I would see it. But you're kind of like overreacting to the extent. And, it's kind of like I told him in a message, I said, you can't be, you can't be in a sinking boat and bitch about the holes when you're the one that's putting the holes in the boat. And that's what that's how I see it. But, and like Devil, I mean, even like, to me, with that whole thing, and I'll just say firsthand, Oracle is a wonderful person. Frank's a wonderful person. I mean, everybody in here is a wonderful person to that degree. And if you say something to the effect of, like, bitch, stay in your lane. I don't care what the context pertains to. I don't know if it warranted an apology, but where I come from, if you say something out of pocket like that towards anybody in any context,
get Will Smith's.
You get what I'm saying? And it's normally, if not Will Smith, like what I told you, Joseph, how I would have, hey, you just fucked up. Now you can either apologize or you're gonna catch these hands. That's when it's like, at least you can
scale of 1 to Will Smith. How hard do you want smack right now?
And Frank, see, Frank, that's where, and I agree with Frank to that extent of like, and at least, Frank, you see how like it got brought up, and that's how I addressed it. Like, have you apologized? And even if you feel like, oh no, I was in the right there, that's where it's like a matter of like, are you going to be the bigger person in a situation to where you can acknowledge, okay, I did say something out of pocket. I did fuck up. I apologize. No, that's what I'm saying. I don't even need to know the full extent. You're the one that knows the full extent. And if you're okay with what transpired, that's all that matters. And if you don't think it warrants anything along the sorts, then that's cool too. But if a whole lot of people sit there and if the general consensus is like, hey, that was kind of beat up, then you what'd you say, James?
Oh, chat.
Oh, I mean, let them loose. I mean, hell, they act like goddamn animals everywhere else. So, I mean, fuck it. I mean, it's a lost cause at this point. I mean, I just rationally explained how civilizations and humanity should work, but
hey, I appreciate everybody in chat.
I do too.
Y'all can have your own differences, but I don't think I got differences with anybody, so we all good.
Yeah, well, I don't have a problem with anybody either. Like I said, I don't even have a problem with MDL. I mean, I have my opinions, and like I said, I wish him nothing but the best. But
see, right there, like what I'm a fucking devil just said. Calm down, Frank. I'm sorry I said that to Oracle. Then it was during a time everyone was at each other's throats.
Yeah,
there we go.
It's out in the open. You know, the context is there. You know, it's up to other people to receive that, accept it, and move on from it. And if you can do that, then all right, everything's kosher. We're Gucci. Let's just keep the ball on the roll. Why does everybody on one side have to be blasphemous? And see, so like on one hand, it's like I'm apologize, but then it's like I'm going to immediately go. I'm going to start pointing my finger at another issue. And it's like, if you're not going to be a part of the solution, don't be a part of the problem. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's no need to even continue on with what happens with Dylan's community at this point.
And I barely know what's going on, so naturally,
and then Dylan comes back. Look, Dylan comes back. Fuck devil, lying bastard. And that's where I'm saying you'll never get anywhere when all you're doing is just this right here. I mean, you're just butting heads, and it's not like you can acknowledge that we are different.
What's funny, hey, for real though, is I know I keep a Kino as a motherfucker, all right, but there's so many people that use the word Kino or stay Kino, keep it Kino, you know, and they're so not Kino. It's just like,
yeah,
it's like what?
Well,
how
over
could
here,
you be so far from the thing that you want. It's just crazy to me.
Well, it's like normally you see us over here. We like talk about world events, pop culture, video games. We just shoot the shit and have a good time. And we typically don't sit here on the regular and, man, did you see what was on Dr. Disrespect? Man, I was offended. Oh my God, look, cancel him. Fuck him. He's a blasphemous piece of shit, Christian asshole, son bitch, motherfucker. Yeah, we don't care. We just don't care. We just keep it going. Like, we don't have time for that.
I gotta mow my lawn.
The weather up there though is permitting it now, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it was freezing today, man. It was like 68. Fuck that.
Well, yeah, for y'all, 68's freezing, but for me, that's like, damn, I can let my nuts hang out. You know what I'm saying?
Eliminator is confused about the situation. Someone enlighten him.
What'd you say, James?
Said someone needs to enlighten Eliminator. He's obviously new to the situation.
Hell, I was new to the situation the other day.
I seen it on Twitter popping off. Yeah. I was like, "Oh, shit!"
That's fine. I mean,
you know, Dylan's tweets just kept going up, bing, bing, bing. I was like, "What the hell?"
Well,
on Twitter,
when you start seeing people's views, and you know, I was always told my grandfather, he would always tell me, you know, don't mix religion and politics with people. Like, as soon as you start mixing that up and can't look aside people's differences, then that's when it gets kind of fucky, because then you're not just cordial. Hey, how you doing? I'm going to treat you with respect. You're just like me. You're no better than me. We are equal. And then all of a sudden it turns into, oh, you believe that? Oh, well, you're a piece of shit. And it's like, well, I don't think believing a certain thing actually makes you a piece of shit. And that's what we were talking about with the Hogwarts conversation a couple weeks ago, was that no matter what side of the aisle you're on, you're never going to make any kind of progression when you're just you're just butting heads instead of actually listening to both sides of the conversation and set your differences aside
I've changed my opinion on many things just because I've actually sit there and listened to people on the other side.
Yeah.
Same.
You know, I have an opinion. They give me their opinion. I ask them why.
Yeah.
They give me, you know, their information, you know, their side of the story.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it doesn't change my opinion, and sometimes it does. It just depends on, you know, if they make a good enough point, I'll go back and double check my side. I'll be like, well, I heard this, but, you know, who knows? Maybe that was hearsay. Maybe that was bullshit.
A lot of people fail to realize too is you got extremists.
Oh yeah.
You have extremist religion, extremist Christians, and you have extremist LGBTQ or trans. They're still, you know, and then like a majority of them people is what makes the movement look bad. And like you have on one hand with the, let's say any religion, most religions that I'm aware of is, you know, don't judge. It's not your place to judge anybody. So at that point, if somebody's trans or likes dick in the ass, if they like suck, whatever, that's not your place. Shut your fucking mouth. It's not even your place to say anything about it.
Yeah,
if you're a real Christian and go by the word, says right there, like it's not your place to judge them. Which I don't need to try to, you know, regurgitate words of the Bible. I mean, if you're familiar enough, you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. So you can't, you know, shit in one hand and wish with the other. You know what I'm saying? It's like either you know, you are a man of faith and everything else, and you're going to live accordingly, or you're just going to keep contradicting yourself and living in a lifestyle to where other people think you're a piece of shit. And that's where the arguments get started. And that's where I'm saying, you know, you got a whole lot of people that are just extremists.
Well, and if you're comfortable in your religion, you're not going to have that problem.
Exactly.
Sometimes I've had arguments with people, you know, who were priests or not arguments, but conversations with people who were priests or, you know, highly, you know, religious who are comfortable, and they'll agree with me on certain facts where someone else who's, you know, a fanatic won't, because they'll be like, oh, well, you know, the religious person, you know, the priest will actually say, well, I can see your point and this is what it says, but, you know, you have to have faith. And then another person who's like a fanatic, they don't even, you know, say you've got to have faith. You just got to believe what they believe. And then that's it. And so they automatically, and that goes with religion. It goes with politics. It goes with, you know, who hates this person on this channel or that channel, or what goddamn football player, you know, team you vote for. So,
yeah,
you know, people get too caught up on their side, and it's us versus them.
They get so caught up on their side, they forget what the fuck they're fighting for. Most of the time. And it's just like when we sit here, I mean, you've seen how the chat is.
Well, chat's chat. I mean,
well, I know that, but I'm talking about when you see words on there, that's a representation of your character and who you are as a person. And it's a reflection of your actions because you actually took the time to regurgitate some bullshit on the internet. And to me, that's like what I was saying. To me, that's like an extremist troll at that point, to where it's just like, oh, I'm right. Nobody else is right. Nobody's going to tell me what to, and it's like, dude, really? Like, what actually makes you right? What actually makes them wrong? And that's where a lot of people fail to realize, just because I see something to be right, somebody else is going to see it to be wrong. It don't necessarily mean it's right or wrong. It's just how we see it. And you know what, man? I love you still. Let's move on from it, because there are some things that we can't agree on. Let's just talk about that.
Or maybe we're both wrong.
Exactly. You never know. And it's like, better yet, you're judging me based on something like that and don't even know me. And that's why I was saying earlier, like, do you know who Michael Black is? Oh, you don't? You just know me because you heard my name here or you see me on it, but do you actually fucking know me? Do you actually know Dylan in the details? Do you actually know MDL? Do you actually know Mutated Cutie? I'm a fucking devil, Rat Gaddy, Ancient Oracle. I can tell you that every one of these people are probably good fucking people, and you're letting bullshit just interfere with that. And it's just like, where are you getting? Nowhere. You ever seen Boondock Saints? Hey, where are you going? Nowhere. That's what y'all doing. Just land. Y'all ain't even making no fucking progress whatsoever.
Yep.
But I make more than a cop.
What is the
James,
the mid price or what's the mid salary of a cop these days?
I got a couple family members that are in law enforcement. They make enough. I can't put it like an actual, you know. I was thinking somewhere between like 30 and 80, possibly, if I had to guess.
To start, it used to be 43 back in the day.
43.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm just going with a rough estimate.
That was a long time ago, though, and I mean, it just depends on, you know, where you're at and stuff like that. So, it just depends.
65 to 100K.
Damn.
Yeah. See, I was like kind of in the middle there.
Of course, it depends on your area, obviously.
Well, see, it's like we're still stuck with the religion thing in here. It's like God doesn't teach you that trans and gays are right, but it's also that, you know, if you're a real Christian and you understand the differences between the Old Testament and the New Testament, and understand that when you go into the New Testament and you read into them red letters that you cherish, you know which ones I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? The one that says, "Oh, he died, he forgives sins," and all that. You know. That ought to explain that right there. It's like, okay, well, that's not my place to say. I'm just going to let that go.
Yeah.
Look, Great Gaddy, who the fuck is this Michael Black person? People keep talking. Exactly. Oracle is the queen. Frank is the king. Kino. Yeah, they're some of the best people I know. And Vision Vision just keeps putting that.
Frank,
I think we need to get Vision his own channel, because I would fucking watch it. I'm not even gonna lie.
Which Vision?
Hey,
all of them.
So many.
All of them.
Yeah, all of them.
100 alts.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'm just talking about, like, as far as like some Christians or some religions. It's like if you look at the fine print of what the words say as far as going from the Old Testament to the New Testament, and have an understanding of the representation of what it actually means when Jesus died on the cross, washed all the sins away. It didn't say just a little bit of the sins or nobody's sins. You know what I'm saying? All sin. You know what I'm saying? And if, you're a blasphemy and this, that, and other, you know, that's where I'm saying it's like a little bit of a contradiction to live one way, proclaim you're a man of God, and not act like it the next. What's that saying? Judge not, least be judged, or whatever. What's that saying there? About casting the first stone and all that stuff. About drawing the line in the sand. You know, there's a whole lot of scriptures in there that's supporting what I'm saying.
Good old.
No, look, I get what you're saying about having a relationship with God, and I'm not discrediting it at all, but I'm saying if you're that close to God, then stay next to him and stop worrying about what the fuck everybody else is doing. It ain't like you're trying to save their souls. You're just like, hey, you're wrong. I don't believe in that. And I get that. But yeah, I mean, I get that. I mean, but that's where I'm saying there's one extreme to the other, and you can't be on both sides and be like, well, you know, today I'm gonna be a good guy and say I'm sorry for what I said here, but then I'm going, you know, and that goes hand in hand with the other communities as well. No, I'm not. I'm not at all. I'm guilty just as much as y'all are. See, now he thinks I'm just a saint and this, that, and the other. and I can't. You see what I mean?
Yeah. I know Michael Black too much for that.
Yeah, exactly. No, I own up to my own guilt. And like I said, if you ever catch me in there, hey, if I offended you, I sincerely do apologize. Let's move on from it. And I don't even want no beef with you, dude. I don't want no quarrels either. I'm just saying I can't be the only one that shares them points of views. And there's other people that share the same points of views that you do. Let's just accept the differences, and we don't even have to talk about it. We don't have to discuss it. Just move on from that.
Well, it's better to look at the things that we do have in common more than what we don't have in common.
Well, that's what I mean. But people don't get that far into it. They don't allow it to happen because they just let that be that's such a void in the relationship to begin with that it's just. Yeah, I'll tell you the joke right now. Okay, he's referring to a conversation that we had. I had made a joke. I had my appendix removed, and I was under some prescription drugs. I was under the influence. Me and my wife was watching a Sunday service. They had this whole COVID thing and everything like that, but they were still doing some electronic thing, where you could watch it over webcam or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So we were sitting there, and I kept hearing the preacher. You know how preachers are. Preachers actually go to school to talk a certain way, and you've heard it. And I kept, oh, dear Holy Father, we pray upon you, Holy Father. Oh, in your Holy Spirit, your holy name, your holy, and I kept hearing holy, holy, holy. Well, it just dawned on me. I got a dark sense of humor. I'm a humorous type dude. I always try to make a joke about something. I said, baby, I wonder if they know he's joking about him. She was like, what do you mean? I said, well, it gets me, they keep calling him holy. I said, and yet he got nailed to the cross, had holes in his hands and his feet, and he don't even know they're calling him holy. He don't even know they're making fun of him. Innocent joke. Now, if a Christian was to come to me and say, hey, you're going to go to hell for making that damn joke. Well, I hope they're going to be able to carry my bags when I come there. You know what I'm saying? When I arrive, they're going to probably be hand in hand with me just because they judge me for something so fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I mean by the extreme of like certain views and opinions. But nonetheless, James, what's the news looking like?
Are you sure we're going to dive into the news?
I don't know. We can keep going on like this if you want to, because I mean, hell, the title of the damn stream was "Let the Salt Flow."
Maybe we'll just ride this one out for a little longer, and we'll do the news next week. I saved the news for next week. I don't think anybody wants news. This is the drama. The drama.
Well, I've spoke my piece.
Mm-hmm. How about that MK12, huh?
Oh yeah, dude. No, look, James, I ain't even going to look. I'm not even going to front. When I seen you put that on that paper, where my grandfather's going through that ordeal, I've been so out of touch with some of the gaming news, but when I seen that legitimately, that made me happy, man. Thinking MK12 2023. Now I kind of question. This is what I wonder is like with the development of MK11 as far as how long it took for them to do like the motion capture and all that, the fatalities and everything like that. It took like an extensive amount of time. I mean, do you think it'll be a product that will be like fully complete by the time it comes out?
I think so. But you know what's crazy is what's the creator's name? What's his name?
Ed Boon.
Ed Boon. Just around last Thanksgiving was on a podcast and said that he wasn't sure which game was going to come out. It was either going to be Mortal Kombat 12 or Injustice 3.
Well, the Injustice, I had seen reports too to where
I don't know how long they've been working on it, or if he was just kind of fucking with people and he knew the answer. But
well, he is a troll. I'm almost convinced he's Vision in chat right now. Like, no, dead ass. Like Ed Boon is one of the biggest trolls there is with his community. Of like, he'll bait the hell out of you. Like he'll put a poll up. Like, which character do you want to see type shit? And not even, he'll put a character in that wasn't even in the poll. And be like, well, here, that's what you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like everybody wanted Reptile back.
Yeah.
In one of the games, and he just put him in a cutscene.
Yep.
Or he's like in the background. You can't even like fight with him.
He's not even playable.
Well,
Yeah,
they were doing that with Molina. They did that with Molina in the last one, and they caught so much damn hate from that, man. Like people were actually threatening them.
Is MK12 going to still support couch co-op, or I mean not co-op, but couch?
Well, as of right now, I mean, I'm not even really familiar with the details of it, other than it just got kind of like leaked, announced, you know.
Yeah.
And I mean, but regardless, it's I would much rather see them develop a Marvel versus DC game. Like imagine Superman versus Wolverine type matchups. Like you could go from either or, and it would be hella good fights, hella good matchups.
Mm-hmm.
Bait stream. This ain't no bait stream. That let the salt flow was the last thing I told MDL. This ain't no bait.
Anchovies.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you didn't want to tune in, I mean, it ain't. I mean, we're here every Friday. So I guess we like fishing on Friday. We got the baits on Friday, I guess. I don't know.
I like fishing every day, and I'm going off.
I haven't gone fishing. We should go fishing.
Why do you hate Michael? I don't even know who you're talking to there, bro. Fishing?
Probably you about MDL.
No, I don't hate him. I'm just saying, like, where I was saying about where you have somebody literally complaining about. It'd be like me complaining about the environment I'm in and I'm not doing nothing to change it. Or me complaining about the friends I have and yet I'm not making new friends that I get along with.
Or putting the effort into your current friends.
Exactly. Or me talking shit about somebody that used to be my friend who's no longer my friend because I talk shit to him and now he's friends with my old friends and I'm not friends with them anymore because I'm a piece of shit. That ain't me not liking him. That's just me saying, hey.
Yeah. I needed my flow chart for that one. I couldn't follow it, but
I couldn't follow it. I mean, it sounded good.
It's good enough. It sounded accurate.
Yeah. But
it sounded very accurate.
What else you got there, James?
Well, in other news.
There you go.
Microsoft signed a 10-year contract to bring Xbox games to Nintendo consoles.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
That's an interesting one.
Do you think they're probably trying to extend that hand to where they might have some kind of mutual?
I think they're trying to fucking push old flying Jim Ryan into a corner.
Yeah, that's what I'm sitting there thinking. If like, hey, we'll give you these.
We could have did this with Sony, but since you're a douchebag, we'll do it with Nintendo instead.
Yeah.
Who's 2 console generations behind us?
Yeah, but you imagine if they could acquire some of the titles that Nintendo has as well, though. That's what I'm saying about as far as.
But it's not about Nintendo. It doesn't have anything to do with Nintendo putting their games on Xbox.
Well, I know that. Well, that's what I'm saying. Not yet.
You're just talking about future, like maybe a future partnership. Okay,
well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, imagine like being able to play Breath of the Wild on.
That's what I'm saying. That might be where Microsoft's looking at, like, okay, we'll up the ante. Like, hey, we'll out of good faith, how about we'll give you these titles. We want to start a good relationship, and we want to grow with that relationship. Now, in the future, we're going to have these titles come up.
Now, the only titles that were listed in the agreement as of right now, is the Call of Duty franchise.
Yeah, everybody's in an uproar about
that. They didn't put any futuristic, they didn't put any Fable or the Outer Worlds 2 or Starfield, none of that shit's on there. So, I guess it remains to be seen what Xbox games, but unless that means every Xbox game, but it didn't really say. That's the.
You think they could be pushing some of their older games over to the Nintendo consoles?
I mean, that seems more likely. Maybe Halo.
That's what I was thinking. We'll give you Halo. You give us Mario. We'll give you Gears of War. You give us Donkey Kong. We'll give you this. You give us Zelda. I could see it potentially happening. I mean, I'd support that 100%.
Yeah.
Bro, I'll tell you, everybody's been given. I just don't understand the hate on Game Pass. I see 100 tweets a day about how Game Pass games suck, and I'm just like, I'm like,
I don't know. I played some pretty damn
from
good
what I
games
played
on
of
it.
Atomic Heart so far, it's pretty cool. Like the writing is kind of cringy sometimes. But like I think the voice acting's decent. I think the main protagonist talks too much. But like it's good. It's smooth gameplay. Graphics are amazing. The world's well like built. I don't know. I think it's a good game. I think that Hi-Fi Rush game has great reviews. Everybody's giving it 9 out of 10s. You got Starfield coming. You got Redfall coming. Hellblade 2 coming to Game Pass. Like there's gonna be there's a lot of games coming to Game Pass. Texas Chainsaw Massacre's coming to Game Pass. There was another big one.
Well, like a lot of people that complain about the Game Pass too aren't taking into consideration that all the games that they have available to them and the ones that they're downloading and trying out and playing aren't games that they're actually spending $60, $70 on a pop.
Yeah.
Versus $15
Game Pass games suck, bro. You're playing the same game. Literally, all the games I just announced are brand new games that have come out. That High on Life was fun. I beat it. I finished that game. A Plague Tale Requiem was in Game of the Year. That was a very solid game. I mean,
Atomic Heart is on Game Pass, isn't it?
You're not gonna get look at what you're getting in PlayStation. The highlight of PlayStation last year's service was Stray. That's it. That was the highlight. Stray.
Well, I mean, to each is its own, though. You can't really look at one or the other, and what it really pertains to is what is it worth to you?
Right.
To me, that was my validation behind it.
Well, I mean, if you find one good game every 4 months, it's worth it. I mean,
well, that's when you're paying $60, $70, $80 a game, and you're paying $15 a month to play some of them $60, $70, $80 a game. If you find 2 or 3 within the next, few months, you know what I'm saying? To me, that's a win-win. And I mean, same thing with PlayStation, or any kind of service to where it's like, if you actually find games on there that you enjoy, because I'm pretty sure with PlayStation, there's,
I mean, there's some game. Look, I got a PS5 and I fuck around on the PlayStation store and I look at the PlayStation Plus shit. I'm no Xbox feel. I got both consoles. But Game Pass subscription compared to PlayStation Plus subscription, there's no comparison. Okay? That PlayStation promised this classic catalog, and the classic catalog is pure dog shit. It's games that 90% of them are games that I never even thought about since I played them when I was 5 years old. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? You don't get Forspoken is a first party exclusive. It could have went straight into their monthly service, but no, it's a $70 fucking release and it was trash. You know what I mean? They got all kinds of these Sony's known for their exclusives, but they can't drop 1 or 2 of them into their fucking subscription package. Then all that, and so there's no comparison to Game Pass. Game Pass drops day 1 releases.
Yeah, I think Game Pass definitely tries to make it worth your money. How many times have I seen a game come in? I'm like,
and PlayStation subscription, the top tier is more expensive than Game Pass. It's like fucking $6 extra or something like that.
Yeah.
Xbox is stuck in the 90s. I mean, their exclusives the last few years have been very, very wishy-washy, but their exclusives coming compared to what PlayStation's exclusives coming, they're right up there, if not better.
Well, even if it's not exclusive. They used to get it on. At least you get to play it on Game Pass. You get a lot of games on Game Pass, even if they're not exclusive, for free.
Yeah, no, yeah, but I'm just talking about like they're exclusive between the two consoles. The exclusive that are coming exclusively to Xbox compared to PlayStation, they match up really well. If not, Xbox might have the upper hand. I mean, PlayStation's got some bangers coming. They got Spider-Man 2, Silent Hill 2, but Silent Hill 2 is only a 1-year exclusive, so it'll come to Xbox after a year. Pragmata, whenever that comes out. They got that Stellar Blade, Rise of the Ronin. I can't think anymore, but those are just off the top of my head. That's PlayStation. Those games are either going to be bangers or they're going to just be who cares, you know? The Spider-Man 2 will be a major, so it'll probably be in the running for Game of the Year just because of what it is. But I'll tell you, Hogwarts is going to be in the running for Game of the Year. I don't care what anybody says.
Bro, I think if anything, the sound, the music, just the whole sound design period to me is euphoric.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could literally just sit there and just say loose, you know, like just listen to the. A lot of times I find myself doing that.
I just be at work saying that sometimes. I just be like,
Revelio. Yeah.
Oh shit!
Did you finish the game?
I'm not. I have not finished. I'm like 20 some hours into it, but I haven't finished it. No.
Yeah, I finished one playthrough last night.
I seen that Warner Brothers came out and said that they are planning on making Hogwarts a franchise.
That'd be cool. That'd be really cool.
They said
the
success has been overwhelmingly or has been overwhelming, and the great success they want to make it into a franchise. I was like, oh, that's fucking what's up. So there's, I mean, obviously there's going to be a sequel.
I hope so. I mean, I really do enjoy playing the hell out of the game. I haven't had a single. I mean, there's been a couple of times where I've had a little bit of stuttering. I've had some graphical tears, but I mean, nothing that's been, you know, like
game breaking.
Yeah.
So do you think if they have a sequel, do you think they'll stay at Hogwarts, or do you think they'll like expand into other territories?
I mean, because it is Hogwarts Legacy.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they will expand the world. I think you'll probably get Diagon Alley. You'll probably get like the Chamber of Secrets. You'll probably get Azkaban.
God, that would be awesome.
You'll probably get your Quidditch will probably be in the next game.
Damn, that's loud.
Mm-hmm.
Robert, I apologize for not replying to you on that message you sent me. Just thought I'd throw that in there. My bad.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's been.
I mean, if they make it into a franchise, that's going to be awesome. And like you said, it's going to be. There's so many different ways they can go with it. So many different things they can do.
Copy and paste and expand.
Right.
That's all you got to do.
And advance years.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, go further into the future, or even pick up year 7 on your character.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool if they like you get frozen in time, and then they could advance the story into the present.
Oh yeah, like bring them to the.
Like they could have a DLC, and then at the end of the DLC, you get frozen.
Yeah,
and then the next game comes out is more current times.
Well, I don't know about the whole frozen idea. I think we need to let that go. But I think if somehow he like teleported or something into the future, like, time traveled or something.
Why did you make that joke?
I had to, man. It was there. I had to. Well, you know, like I had a friend of mine. He was asking me. He was like, because you know, I was hyped for Atomic Heart, like for shit the past year or two. I've been hyped for it and all that. And he was like, "Man, have you played it yet?" And I was like, "No, granted, I do got a lot of personal stuff going on that I'm y'all aware of, but yeah, I was like, I haven't played it. I've been playing the Hogwarts Legacy." And he was like, "Well, I thought you'd be wanting to play it." And I was like, "Well, to me, Hogwarts Legacy is like genre defining. Like it's in its own genre but for me personally." And I'm like, Atomic Heart, I was like, I've played numerous amounts of FPSs in the past few years. And I haven't really experienced one to where I could say, like, okay, this one in particular is that genre defining FPS. And I don't think Atomic Heart is that. To me, it's and so like I was actually discussing this with Dylan and Jason last night, I believe. Like, how like the twin, have you seen anything on it, Joseph?
I have. I actually have.
All right, so the majority of what I'm just going to make this, remark, or question rather, it is the majority of what you've seen on the game just been about robots, like the girl robots or some
From what I've seen from the trailers is robots and the Soviet Union for some reason.
Everything I've seen on like YouTube shorts, YouTube videos of the nature, it would be just the two twins, like how they're just sexualized or just, and then to me, I'm like, when I see that's being exploited mostly through the game, it just makes me question, like, what is there more? Because most people are like, oh no, there's more to it. But I'm like, well, how come I'm not seeing it?
I think they kind of went the Wolfenstein 2 approach, where it's very like sexual and adult. They wanted to make it an adult's game. Like, I feel like Wolfenstein, the whole franchise, but especially the second one, is not for kids, man, at all. Like, that is an adult game.
Dylan put, how do they make it? How do they do better? So, like, to me, like, for me, it's like we've all seen, there's been issues with the game. I've heard people claim that, after they did updates on the game, it got worse. There's some things in there. And, like, to me, like, a game coming out complete is doing better. You know what I mean? I think that would be a start.
Was Dylan talking about Hogwarts or Atomic Heart?
To be honest with you, he might have been.
Not sure.
If so, but well, for me personally, like just in regards to like FPSs in general, they're just going to have to be more innovative. They're going to have to come out with new ideas because like the immersion of FPSs is to me, it's kind of stagnant. It's going to be the same. It's kind of hard to innovate just something that's, this
3D.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, Dylan was talking about Hogwarts. I had a feeling he was talking about Hogwarts.
I apologize. See, chat, that's how that works. When you're wrong,
you better.
No, I'm playing.
One of the OG FPSs is getting a remake, and it comes out this month, or this month coming up, March, comes out March. System Shock, which is what BioShock.
That is old school.
It is old, yeah.
BioShock was from the creator, Ken Levine was the creator of System Shock 2, the directive creator, so creative director. But System Shock's getting a remake, and it looks pretty cool. What's crazy is I haven't really seen like any advertising for it at all, though. There's a demo, I guess, on PC, but not on any of the consoles. But it's getting a console-wide release sometime this March. So,
and I think to answer Dylan's question, honestly, to make Hogwarts better is really just if they keep expanding it. Yeah, if they actually do make it to where it's a thing. Yeah, DLC expand
it. They need to add. There's some things. I think the flight detection, like there needs to be some kind of hit detection while you're flying.
Yeah, to make it the immersion a little bit real. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I think if they did something along the lines of like the Tri-Wizarding tournament, like the Goblet of Fire type, because like for the people who aren't too familiar with Hogwarts or Harry Potter, just the whole universe, there's like a lot more that they could potentially offer. It's just, you know, the way they would go about, because like me and you, Jason, was talking about how I was talking about like the transfiguration or whatever it's called, where you can like turn into an animal.
Yeah.
Like they could do that in the next year, to where like you can pick a certain animal and try to incorporate that into combat, or some of the puzzles you have to utilize your animal form to.
Well, I think they totally set it up too to expand it. I mean, you know, like Golden Apple says, what about Quidditch? I mean, that's a great example right there. They could add Quidditch, they could add Diagon Alley, they could add, you know, all of that stuff.
Azkaban.
I think it's
actually in the game as a Hufflepuff. It's a Hufflepuff exclusive side quest, but like, I mean, they could just add that as a place you can go to, quick travel to, or like Diagon Alley, or I mean, there's just so much Quidditch. They already have the pitch there. They just need you just need.
It's set up.
You know, you got the Ministry of Magic and stuff like that, and there's like I said, there's a lot of instances like in the story in general where there's loads of locations.
Oh yeah,
what little they did with the train station and the train.
I mean,
itself.
they go to England and the magical beasts.
The one thing I can say that I didn't actually enjoy about the narrative of the game, though, was the fact that like when you're starting off as the your character, it's like literally you just start off with Fig. Like you didn't get that like the norm what we're used to with the 9 3/4 train station arriving. But then again, I mean, they did incorporate like the dragon in the cutscene and kind of set the tone. But then you literally don't know nothing about the lore of the character, and they say yes, it's for your own interpretation. But it's like, how did we get to this point that we're at now? Is what like what happened to starting?
Why are you a fifth year?
You know what I'm saying? Like
now figuring out that you got magic, like you don't know none of that shit.
So that I think they kind of dropped the ball on that, but past that,
that'll be year 6.
And you know, you never know. Like year 6, they could be like, you know, flashback. He got hit with the damn ball in Quidditch. Now he's having like a concussion. Flashbacks. This is how he got here or something. You never know.
Yeah. What was the flashbacks from Wayne's World? Yeah.
Wayne's World.
Party time.
Yeah, you know, I would say Mr. Den is a 10 out of 10, but then I can't be, you know, like unjust to the fact that it does have, you know, some lighting issues and stuff of the nature that I have to critique to a certain point.
I'd say it's a solid 9.5, 9.6.
Yeah, it's there. And I respect your opinion too. I'm not trying to discredit that. I'm just saying personally, it's like, you know, there are some things that need to be fixed and some things they could add, but they definitely set the damn bar.
Hey, Mike, have you seen that game Scars Above?
No, I have not.
What's it called?
It's called Scars Above. It comes out in like 3 days. I'm not sure if it comes out on Xbox. I know it's a PS5 game though, but it looks really cool. You should check into it. It looks like a game you'd like.
I'll look into it right now.
But no, did you guys see that Shinji Mikami is leaving Tango Gameworks?
It's on.
About that, yeah.
It is on Xbox.
Is it on Xbox?
Yeah, PlayStation 5, 4, Xbox One, Series X, Series S, Microsoft Windows. Look, and it says on Steam, so it should be on PC as well. You know, it doesn't say on this.
Did you say Scars Above?
Yeah, Scars. Just the premise of the game looks cool. No Evil Within 3, I know, unfortunately.
Kind of looks like, reminds me of Pan's Labyrinth kind of visuals.
Yeah.
Like odd monsters.
The backstory, like the plot of the game sounds cool. Like, Evil Within 2 was mid, in my opinion. I thought Evil Within 2 was pretty good, honestly, for it being an open world horror game. A semi-open world horror game. Yeah, bro, this game looks cool, man.
What is this place? Hello, Dr. Ward. This used to be a beautiful world. Until it was destroyed.
My head!
Did the metahedron bring us here?
Since the dawn of humankind, our species has gazed toward the skies and wondered whether we were truly alone. 6 months ago, we got our answer. The whole...
Look, I'm just going to say, man, if I've seen that, I'm just straight up like, fuck that. Like, immediate reaction is like, oh, hell no.
Just Returnal. It does give you kind of Returnal vibes, but I don't know. Returnal, I played a little bit of Returnal, and it I don't know. It doesn't really look like it plays like Returnal.
Is relying on us. Let's do this.
The metahedron's energy levels are rising.
Power supply failing.
Hermes is being pulled towards it.
Hang on, everyone.
Now, I just want to point out, too, you seen how everybody else was flipping out and she had some kind of connection to that thing? I've been, like, looking at her like, bitch, you better be doing something. Like, hold up, man. Something's going on.
Your friends are trapped just as you are.
No,
if you want to make it home, you must uncover the secrets of this place and face its dangers.
Oh my god!
Your curiosity will guide you forward. For inside every plant and creature hides the key to your power.
There's the brain. The deuterocerebrum seems to be generating an enzyme used to create a cryogenic fluid. So if I take a sample, I might be able to replicate the process.
Your tools are your weapons. Each one that you create will help you defend and destroy. Your cunning will defeat your enemies.
There's an enemy variety, which is what I thought was really cool.
Dude, I mean, if she's got the ability to craft damn weapons and shit from thin air, I think I'd be crafting me a damn ship to get the fuck out of there.
Well, I think that's the whole point is, like, of the game. Like, she's gathering shit to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah,
now, do we know if it's open world?
I'm pretty sure it's open world.
It just says in a mysterious alien world to explore. So, I mean, it might be like kind of like a linear path, or it might just be.
Plan your attacks carefully. Each foe is a puzzle you must solve to survive.
Now's my chance. It's infesting the water.
This knowledge I bestow is but the beginning. You must become stronger. You must journey further. You must prepare yourself for what is yet to come.
You know, I just want to point something out real quick.
I mean, it comes out in 3 days, I think, 27th, or 2 days from today. So
I'm gonna try to find it here. This is something that irks the shit out of me.
I thought it looked cool.
Where is it? It's somewhere in here.
Wulong comes to. That's another game.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's another win for Game Pass.
Look at this run animation, though.
This knowledge I bestow is but the beginning. You must become stronger. You must journey further.
Hey, but this isn't a AAA title though. It's an indie game.
Well, I mean, I get that,
but I also don't think it's going to get that $70 price tag either. I think it'll be.
I don't think it deserves it. I'm a sucker though, man. I nitpick shit like that. Like even with Hogwarts Legacy, how the arms were like flailing. Like I said, I didn't like the sprint animation. You know, like with her, it kind of looked like there was a little bit of frame drop too. And because did you see any example of her sprinting? The camera kind of was like, "Oh fuck that, let's look at something over here, real quick."
Mm-hmm.
Hey, but it does look cool. It looks like.
Oh, you know, it looks cool.
It looks interesting. It has potential. It's going to be once we play it and find out.
Yeah,
I think it'll be like a fuck around and find out type deal. A time burner. I don't think it'll be something that where we're going to be sitting here foaming at the mouth like.
No, I didn't never think that. I just thought it looked like a cool game that's coming out soon that I didn't even hear about until I got my PS5. I seen it on the wish list thing.
Yeah, I appreciate you letting me know about that because I might check it out. I mean, depending on the price of it too, because
it's an indie developer. I mean, usually, normally those aren't full price games, but you never know.
$30 to $40.
Mm-hmm.
Is what I would guess. Yeah. Well, Sons of the Forest got a PC release, and it came out $30. It dropped $30 price tag.
Come again?
Sons of the Forest came out yesterday, and it dropped with a $30 price tag.
You think a lot of these developers would go that lower route?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just thinking well, here's my thing is like if you put out a game that's not even fucking finished, right? It's a half-baked game that we're just trying to push out. Like, well, for example, like how Cyberpunk was on release.
Yeah.
Immediately, if I was to know that, I'd be like, hey, you know what? Just for y'all, we're going to put the price tag of $20. We fucked up, but we want your money still.
Hey, now that you're saying that, EA Sports, I guess, sent out a bunch of emails.
See you later, D-Rhino.
There was some kind of bug that happened at the end of the year last year that people's online franchises got deleted and they weren't able to play them anymore. And it caused a big uproar in the Madden community. And EA responded with some emails a week ago or two maybe, and said that anybody affected by the bug would get the next Madden that would get a promo code for 50% off the next game. I was like, what the fuck? That's EA?
Dude, I've been affected by the bug since 97.
See, what they didn't tell you though is the game's going to be $140.
Yeah. Dude, I hate that shit when I look into the store and it's like deals and it's like up to 50% off or something, and they have like the most expensive package there is. Like, oh, get the Ultra Collection,
Mm-hmm.
I gotta have it all edition.
Right.
$199.
Yeah. What else? So there's a report that Konami will have a major presence at E3 this summer with a Metal Gear Solid 3 remake and a Castlevania game announcement.
Castlevania, huh?
Yeah.
God damn. All right.
They're riding on that. What was it? Is it on Amazon, I think? Castlevania?
Yeah. Hey, Metal Gear Solid 3 will give quite a bit of Sony Pony some partials.
Well, do you think, with that being said, do you think there's a lot riding on Castlevania?
Dude, I ain't played Castlevania. I had Castlevania 2 on Xbox 360, and that game was pretty dope, but I don't know, man. There's just so much of those games floating around that are better. Like, I guess Castlevania back then was kind of like, it was kind of Devil May Cry-ish, but it was also had like the God of War feel. And then there was I mean, there's just so many of those styles. You got Bayonetta.
Well, I think with the
Darksiders.
Castlevania, and it's on Netflix, they have the animated series too pushing it, so they're probably wanting to, take advantage of that and get another game out.
Yeah, could be.
Because it'll help the TV show, and the TV show will help the game, so they're hedging their bets there. I like the show, and I liked the game way back when.
Never seen it.
It's pretty good. It's for adults.
So I guess these companies think that maybe bringing out the best that the franchise has to offer as a remake or remaster is the best way to bring these fucking dead franchises back to life. That's what Konami did with Silent Hill as well. So.
Well, I mean, there's so many people that are in the member berries right now. I mean, there's remakes of everything. There's remakes of video games, remakes of movies, reimagining movies, remakes of TV shows, and I mean, I get it. And like, they're
a remake.
Huh?
Splinter Cell is getting a remake.
Yeah, like.
Well, I mean, it makes sense. You'll have part of the old member berry group. People who played it in the past will help support it, and then you'll get new clientele into the IP.
Well, that's an easy money grab too. You add a little bit of extra special content, up the graphics, and bada boom, bada bing. There you go.
Well,
that remake Resident Evil 1 though, like.
Well, I think that ship sailed.
Why wouldn't they have done that first? I wonder.
I know it will. Yeah, I completely agree with you. I don't think they actually acknowledged the potential there of what they could have, what they've.
Because imagine like how scary the first game could be in with the third person over the shoulder camera, like in the tight quarters of the mansion like that. You can make it dark and you can make it. It's isolated. You're not in the city like you are in the police station. Like you could really do some cool shit with a remake of the first one. But
it's like what I was saying was like Legacy with that genre defining game. Most of these ones that they're trying to remake, like what you're saying with RE1, like RE1 was that genre defining type game. I mean, it was like that heavy hitter, like holy, we haven't seen nothing like this. And I kind of get why they're trying to do like what you're saying with the member berries of like the nostalgic, oh my God, I did this back in the day. Sit down, boy. No, watch this. Your dad used to play this. It was awesome.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. Yeah, it's just, I mean, I think that there would be a lot to be said for new expansions of the IP. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm just as guilty as anybody else for enjoying the member berries. That happens when you get old.
What do you think about remaking games on a different format? Like, for example, like Fallout 1 and 2 were, 2D over the top.
Oh yeah, I always thought that they should do that anyways with the next Fallout game.
Make them 3D, like
a remake of it. A lot of diehard Fallout fans say that the first two games are actually the best written games in the franchise. It's just they're so dated that no one wants to play that game.
Well, I mean, let's face it. If they did a remake and made of New Vegas and made it multiplayer,
oh yeah,
they would buy themselves a decade of not having to worry about making another Fallout game. I mean, we look at 76 and all the issues that 76 has had, and there's still diehard fans that play it every single day.
What's talking? I said there's one talking.
No, I gave it up. I'm done with it. Hogwarts got me out of it. I got rid of my Fallout first. I'm done. I'm out.
I've been praying for that day.
Till next week.
Dark Souls reminds me of Castlevania. Hey, speaking of Dark Souls, that Souls like Liza P got a release date as well.
I've seen the trailer on that. You know what he's talking about? Jason Joseph?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, yeah.
The whole thing that we talked about it, like this has been a while back. James, you remember where I was talking about, like if you told me
This was like the third.
Yeah,
Kino
I was
Korner
like,
show, literally.
if you told me like Geppetto would have like this Pinocchio guy that goes out and fights these like animatronic type things and shit, I'd look at you and be like, dude, you need to lay the fuck off the drugs.
The game looks so fucking sick, though, bro.
I know that,
And
but
I'm not even a Souls fan, but it looks cool.
But it'd be like me being like, man, dude, there's this game. We're going to be like, you know, like Dumbo, and we're going to train them to be in rodeos and shit. We're going to take them all around the world. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like, to me, it was like such a convoluted
We're gonna
idea.
fight against the racist crows.
Dude, honestly,
I mean, good example.
Honestly, go ahead, my fault.
Oh, no worries. That's a good example of that is Kingdom Hearts. You know, they took Disney and mixed it with Final Fantasy, and you know, I played the first two back in the day because my kids were all into it, so I bought the game for them and ended up playing it. And I enjoyed it. It was great. I mean, I never thought I would. You asked me when I bought the game if I thought I'd ever play it, I would have told you no. You know, but I bought it for my kids, and I ended up playing it.
I mean, if it looks as good as it, if it's as good as it looks, it could be up there, and especially with all these Souls likes winning Game of the Year lately, with like Elden Ring got it, and Sekiro got it, and there was another one, but I mean, I could see Liza P being right up there with them, with like a definite chance.
Mm-hmm.
Which one should I click on here? 11 days, 6 days.
Oh, and then there's that other game that's kind of like the Prisoner was talking about, Wo Long Fallen Dynasty. And then you got
Let's face it together. Engage.
Yeah, I don't want to see that.
I did.
Nobody important wanted to see that.
Mike, have you seen the previews for that movie 65?
Oh yes, that looks good.
I have not.
It looks interesting. I think I know what the plot twist is. I think I know what the plot twist is, but it looks good.
Let's see what we got here.
Adam Driver becomes Adam.
They actually went back in time.
I thought it was Alien.
I can't see anything.
A fool craves acceptance, and I am no fool.
Is Pinocchio talking though?
Let the masses chatter their empty praises. They're ignorant of the truth, blind to my vision.
What'd you say there?
I think it's the antagonist that's talking.
Well, see, like, I mean, so far, like, graphically and the aesthetic looks pleasing.
Mm-hmm. The art style looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Is it not magnificent? This blessing for those who dare seize it. This key to a new paradigm, a new world. This moment to silence the fools forever. This is Ergo. Soon they'll praise me. If they dare speak at all.
It's like The Thing meets steampunk.
I want to remember that slogan. They're going to start praising me if they speak at all. That's heavy. I'm not gonna lie though. Like I was sitting there thinking, like Pinocchio was to pop out in the middle of that trailer, and you just hear "Father." When am I going? When am I going to be able to go out in the real world? You know, that's what I was imagining the whole time. I was like, I just couldn't wait to see it.
Yeah,
Father.
Pinocchio with steampunk armor.
Well, no, have you seen they did an animation of Pinocchio not too long ago, Joseph, where it was, I think Pauly Shore did the voice over for it, and it's that's what Father. When am I going to get to go out and play? Like that's how and I was like, my God, dude.
Let's not forget Meat Canyon's Pinocchio.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean. I'm like, they traded this dude a quarterback of pot to do this voiceover. Like they had to have. Like there's no. Like, how much was the budget?
Another one for you, Mike. Have you seen that? Have you seen that Gray Hill Incident game that's coming out this year? It's hitting all consoles too. It's called the Gray Hill Incident. It's a alien abduction game, and it looks fucking wild, bro. It gives me Signs vibes.
I really like that movie. Signs.
You never liked that movie?
Oh,
I like Signs.
I liked it too.
Here's
I'm a fan of M. Night Shyamalan, actually.
Me too.
Oh, yeah. Hey, wait, real quick. Well, how was that Knock at the Cabin?
Oh, it was good. I liked it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check it out then, because I was kind of waiting to hear what you said on that, but
yeah, it was pretty good.
Kind of let me down. I sent you a party invite, you never responded, and I was like, well, damn, I'm never gonna find out. He's gonna hold these secrets from me, and I'm just gonna have to go watch it, and then I'm not gonna talk to you about it because you never back up and told me how you felt about it.
Well, actually,
so you said it's really good.
Yeah,
it could have been. Ashley was probably playing Hogwarts on my Xbox because she's got the generation behind, so she got to wait till April to play it on hers.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
I got.
If I'm just sitting at the home screen, she's probably playing on her name, and I'm on my PS5.
I mean, I called you 3 times too.
You did not call me.
Yeah, I didn't. I'm just fucking with you. But I'm just, it ain't no big deal. I was just making a joke. So the Gray Hill Incident. This is.
Yeah, bro, this game was my house.
What's up?
This game was wild.
Already disappeared.
Don't ever tell anything to the police. Is someone in your room?
Ryan, are you there?
Oh, what does she have on her head?
You don't think that they
What?
probe us when we become abducted?
I don't know, man. Trying not to think about that right now.
Shit. Listen, Ryan.
Look, I'm just gonna go ahead and say I can get behind this.
It actually looks really good.
Like that.
The only complaint I see is the floating. If I'm right, a floating gun at the bottom.
Probably just first person.
Several animals have already disappeared.
Don't ever tell anything to the police. Is someone in your room?
Ryan, are you there?
Oh, what does she have on her head?
You don't think that they
What?
probe us when we become abducted?
I don't know, man. Trying not to think about that right now.
Shit. Listen, Ryan, you have to get as much tinfoil as you can.
The government knows it.
All right, now that part right there, we went from like, a serious tone, and I'm like behind it, and then it's like, what's gonna save you? Aluminum foil, my dude.
It's called Golden. It's called the Gray Hill Incident. It comes out, I think, in April.
In addition, you can sleep better at night if you remember that a neighbor is patrolling outside.
Good luck, Ryan. I'm waiting for you.
Jim.
Hey, I thought it looked cool, bro. We've never had a game nothing like this.
Dude, they sure as hell made sure you didn't forget when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
My God.
From what I've heard, it's June 9th this year.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's like, hey, we paid for the minute of this. You did the editing for this. This is what we're going to get paid for. Okay, you better make sure they fucking know when this game comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I might have to check it out. I mean, that looks pretty neat. I think it is going to be kind of.
There's another one kind of like it. That's I think it's only PC.
You really giving it to me tonight? Shit.
It's called They Are Here.
You said it's called what?
They Are Here.
They Are Here. Who, the fake fans?
Yeah, it is an alien abduction game.
It's going to be a lot of probing going on.
Hey,
Yeah,
look,
I'm there for it.
I do want to say that what y'all seen of me earlier, right? When I was describing that whole debacle at, let the salt flow at the beginning of the stream, just for people watching at home, that was a character. Okay. That was a persona. So y'all
like Mike.
Don't.
That's actually him. He's a dick.
Yeah. Don't judge me.
Judge him.
Judge me. Yeah.
Judge him. No, he's a dick.
They are here. Alien abduction horror new trailer. I don't know. That one says 1 year ago.
Yeah, I know, but
are you referring to an older game or?
Well, it isn't out yet, but that's the trailer though.
Oh, okay.
So gameplay might differ.
I don't know. I like from what I've seen. There's other trailers, but this is pretty close to the same one.
That one looks even better, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, see, like that's what I was meaning. Like the tone of that one seemed more, eerie. It wasn't like, hey, where's that damn that Rubbermaid tinfoil? Yeah, where's that?
Yeah, now this one looks creepy, and I like the fact that there seems to be a lack of dialogue. So you're going to kind of get into your own little thing, get that tunnel vision, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, 6 foot tall alien pops out from the side of the barn with a, 12-inch probe and goes to town. Huh? Yeah.
What's that? Do you think it's gonna be a puzzle solver?
Sorry, Joseph, you messed me up. It was like, okay, I'm not gonna be the immature one to acknowledge I laughed at that joke. It's like you just stopped. It's like, wait a minute.
What?
Man, I didn't laugh at that.
But anyway, the thing.
I like the
yeah. No, it looks really good. I think that one looks a little bit better. The Gray Hill incident looks good, but I think the second one.
I'd agree.
Yeah, and I like the fact that there's a lack of dialogue, like Michael said. I mean, the other one could be kind of fun with the whole tinfoil thing, and it might be a little kitschy and maybe a little bit funny, but the second one just looked creepier.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying the other one would be a bad game or anything. It's just me personally, I would like to be, be immersed in a more,
yeah,
just the tone being kind of like the survival.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, I ain't got time to worry about aluminum foil because I'm running my ass off type deal.
Mm-hmm. What was the name of the second one? They're Here?
They're Here,
yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely going to check that one out.
Is that one on Xbox?
I think he said it was PC.
I'm not sure if it's anything more than PC. I just know it's PC. But the other one, the first one, Gray Hill, is on all consoles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be on Steam. Sorry.
Steam.
Mm-hmm.
Well, James, is there anything else?
Let's see here.
Maybe for next week.
Yeah, I really got nothing else.
Did anybody see Ant-Man yet?
I mean,
no.
Look, you already know my answer. Did you see it?
Yeah, I did actually.
How bad was it?
Did they do the Ant-Man What If yet?
No, not yet. That would be good to see. To me, it looked like it was more of a setup for the streaming shows that are coming out.
So it was a waste of money?
No, I enjoyed it. It was definitely a fun movie. It was.
Well, you don't seem too damn excited about was it? I mean, was it good?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah,
I mean, if you like the Ant-Man, Ant-Man movie, you'll like it.
Okay.
But so, the problem, I mean, the trailer ruins a lot. Obviously, the CGI isn't perfect. It won't. I don't think it's going to hold up well.
Does it seem like it was potentially rushed?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't think they wanted to put the budget into the CGI as like they would on other movies.
Well, I mean, they don't have to make Paul Rudd look any younger, like they do the other movies. Yeah, I was kind of wondering about it because, like what I told you, what I've seen of like people that had the early access to it, the early viewings of it, and they were saying like maybe they wasn't an Ant-Man fan too, though, because
Ant-Man fan.
Yeah.
Ant-Man fan.
I would say it's if you like, obviously like watching Marvel films, you go see it. It will be worth your time, but it's not like a must-see movie. Even for Marvel, like I said, I think it was kind of setting up the TV series of like the two. At the end, you always have the two, upcoming kind of scenes. They were for setting up the TV show.
Yeah.
So
in other words, it wasn't good.
Nah, I liked it. It's good, but it's not a must-see. I would definitely say it's not a must-see.
Yeah. Well, who went with you?
Joey and my wife.
What was there? They both liked it?
They both liked it.
Is that because they knew you liked it?
No, they liked it.
Sometimes I feel like my kids and my wife, it's like I always wait to voice my opinion. I like to hear theirs first because I was like, I don't want them to be like formulate a biased opinion based on what I like, because most of the time if I say something, they're like, yeah, it was good. It was all right.
Well, see, I was the only one that had anything negative to say about the movie. And which was, I thought the CGI was a little on the, not as on par as some of the other stuff.
Would you say it's worth paying for the movie ticket, or is it better off just waiting for the Rule 34 to come out?
I think you could wait to see it on, on demand.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is it wasn't a good movie.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
Keep going back to it. It's like, well, don't waste your money on.
If it was up, if I had to pick between that and maybe go and see Cocaine Bear, I don't know. I think I might be going to see Cocaine Bear.
I mean, it's a bear on cocaine.
So what you're saying is they're both bad movies.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that.
Oh, has anybody in chat seen it? Is Cocaine Bear out as of right now?
I believe it is.
Has anybody in chat watched that by any chance?
I
know one guy.
Everybody's super into it.
I know. I have one friend. One guy I work with. He said he's seen it. He thought it was a great movie. But that's one opinion.
Well, does he do cocaine?
Not that he's not that he's admitting in company chat. That's for sure.
Oh, and I was just saying, as far as
or is he a bear?
Cocaine Bear is a decent popcorn flick.
Yeah. All right, there we go.
There you go. So what you're saying? No, I'm playing.
If you don't have popcorn, you won't enjoy the movie.
Yeah. If you're not a fan of popcorn, popcorn has to be good, though.
Ant-Man was also a good popcorn flick.
Now look, when y'all make y'all's popcorns, like, do y'all just slather the butter all over it?
Nah,
but seasoning. How do y'all do that?
Well, see, I got an AMC.
On there, bro.
You said what now?
I said I shake the cheese on there.
Like season? You talking about the seasoning?
Yeah, like at AMC here, they have cheddar. They have like cheddar seasoning.
No, we don't have that at our AMC.
Last time, me and my wife and my oldest kid, we went to see that Megan movie, and my dumb ass had like a stoner idea of putting actual nacho cheese all in the popcorn.
Messy as fuck.
Oh, dude, it was. But we were all up in there, just like, damn, this is some of the best popcorn the actual popcorn, in my opinion, was better than watching the movie. But
Robert says Cocaine Bears in Montana. I get to watch it for free.
Montana Justice.
That's actually what China was spying on over Billings.
I'm surprised they didn't do a remake of Grizzly Man.
Did you?
Speaking of Heroin Bear.
Speaking of China, did you see where they're talking about like a ceasefire between they're
trying to get yeah.
I was kind of surprised by that. It was almost like
I missed that. What was it that they're trying to get ceasefire with who?
With Russia and Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like a proactive, form of dialogue. It looked like as if they're trying to intervene to the extent I would hope. But
well,
I mean, China.
True international depression.
I don't think China wants a nuclear war, especially when the fallout will be hitting them.
China doesn't want nuclear war. Putin doesn't care. He could care less.
Putin's low-key dying anyways, bro. I think he's got cirrhosis. Have you seen him lately?
Yeah.
He's all swollen looking in the face and shit.
But I mean, is that real? That's the problem.
Yeah, I know. Have you ever seen Patty the Batty? Man, they photoshopped the hell out that man. I mean, if y'all know, but
yeah, I don't know. Whatever. World's probably gonna burn. I mean, it says a lot if China's trying to save the situation.
Yeah, that's what it made me question. Was like, is it kind of like, hey, y'all stop fighting because we're about to start fighting? You know how me and you were talking about like with the money thing?
Yeah.
Like, well, it might be our turn.
Yeah.
Try to funnel some money in here and delegate this and make, start moving assets here while nobody's looking type deal.
Yeah. I could get into politics, but I plead the fifth.
I don't think China wants half the country they own to be burned with nuclear weapons. So I don't think so. I'm talking about us because they own half of our country. Damn it.
Well, the other half is owned by Bill Gates. So the ocean's going up like crazy, but I'm gonna buy some oceanfront property.
Oh, look! Since we're at that part to where we're just, well, I mean that's the whole show. But remember what me and you was talking about with the black hole, the supermassive black hole that was escaping the galaxy and stuff like that?
Yes.
Seen anything of the sorts?
I still have to look it up. I haven't seen anything about it, but the figures that you were saying was mind blowing. What were you saying? It was like 30 million.
I'm gonna put it up on the screen
like
here in a second because it's something that's noteworthy. Like if you don't know, you need to fucking look up and know. I gotta find it here though. Here in a second.
And you said there's a black hole going through the galaxy. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to pull it up for you. Here we go. Trying to find the actual website.
Well, and in the beginning, to clarify it a little bit, our sun is roughly the mass of 330,000 Earths. Our sun.
Right. That's what we get for feeding them too many goddamn Big Macs.
Maybe that's my problem. No, that was the moon. The moon ate too many Big Macs. Remember Mac Tonight?
Yeah.
So if you see right there, black hole the size of 20 million suns.
Expand it out a little bit. I want to see the picture. Or can you?
Might not be able to.
I used to know how. Is this?
I mean, it's the size of 20 million suns, Joseph. How much bigger do you want it to
Yeah,
get?
I'm like, my God. But anyhow, so pretty much, you know, it's an enormous ass black hole that ejected out of it. Okay.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, so what happens is this galaxy pretty much, you know, it shot out this black hole the size of 20 million suns. And in its wake, in its trail of it leaving the galaxy, traveling at just an incomprehensible rate of speed, it was actually leaving stars in its trail. Like it was actually creating stars behind it. And you have these scientists and physicists and everything that are just completely baffled.
So if my calculations are correct, it's roughly 6.6 trillion times the size of Earth.
Like I said, you know, incomprehensible. Like you can't even comprehend the. There's no way. I just can't, you know. Well, you know how everybody, you know, we theorists and all that, they come and physicists talk about the Big Bang Theory and stuff of that nature, black holes and everything else to that. They said this is like one of the first examples of where they seen one. They seen what they think it's like, kind of like an anomaly to where like 3 of them come into an existing area and it cast out one of them. And in the process of casting out one of the black holes, and it's traveling at such a fast rate that the gases and everything and materials around it is combusting to form like an actual star in itself.
I'm wondering if, like, I've heard the theory that the center of a galaxy is full of multiple black holes, and that's what
that is super massive. They call it it's an astrophysical. What is it? Astrophysical? Something black hole. Yeah, no, it's something along. It's like terminology for it though. But every galaxy is supposed to have that massive one, and in this particular galaxy, that was where this massive one was there, and they're thinking that, however the science works behind that, it was inhabited with 3 of them, and it ejected one of them, and in the wake of it flying at how fast was it? We was reading up. It was like. Yeah, I got it right here.
It was.
As long as they're saying it's not heading our direction.
It was several 100,000 times the speed of light.
Well, it's located 7.5 billion light years from Earth.
That's what I meant, light years. Yeah.
It measures 200,000 light years long, roughly twice the width of the Milky Way. And it's measured to be 20 million times the mass of the sun and is speeding away from its home galaxy at 3.5 million miles per hour, or roughly 4,500 times the speed of sound. Pretty much is just something that we can't even, I mean, you definitely can't replicate it. You know what I mean? You definitely can't. I mean, a lot of people can't even fathom. Oh yeah, it's just like, hey man, we're trying to talk about games. Like, you're a national depression. You know, like, you know what I'm saying?
Come on, man. You know,
that's what I'm saying. You know, well, that's, you know, go hand in hand with what I was saying about earlier. It's like when you get so many people in chat, different communities, and they're just like rambling and shit. It's like this stuff's going on all around us. Like, pick up a fucking book or something. Like,
well, I mean, here we are hurtling, you know, millions of miles through the what we know is the fucking universe, piloting a meat-covered skeleton on a rock. That's, I mean, you know, if you really think about it, it's kind of crazy.
Did you hear that?
Look at it that way.
Speaking on another thing about news in space. Did you hear about one of the Voyager satellites is actually sending back weird anonymous signals?
Yeah, radio signal from like way. Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah, they have no idea what's causing it. If it's maybe it could be a malfunction, but then again, they don't know.
Right.
It's just sending out weird.
I malfunction my ass. They just randomly come up with like, hey, you know, like, wait, is that Morse code coming from 7.5 billion light years away? Hold on.
That's Morse code for prepare your anus.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Atomic Heart's on Game Pass. Wait a minute. You know, it's like, did they just say I made more than a cop? You know, but no, yeah, no, that's really bizarre that, and that makes
we're all about the money.
Oh, dude, that would be, yeah, that would be crazy.
One eye on the moon, one eye on the earth.
If there is, sorry about break character there. It makes you question though, like what's creating that transmission. Could it be just something? Do you think it's something like? Do you think a sound would travel to the extent of going that far and then echoing back, or some bullshit, or like how is it?
No, because it would take
that's what I mean.
Thousands of light years for it to do that.
My thought is it is possible that it could just be a malfunction of the equipment. It could be like capacitor draining. You know, it's finally failing and causing some weird, acid.
And what are the chances? If it is actually something, what are the chances that they would tell us?
Yeah. Or then, like I said, maybe some alien hanging off it, screwing with it, trying to figure out what it is. You know.
I mean, if there's intelligent life out there, and I truly believe that, I think we would be crazy to think that we're the only life out there. If there's life that's intelligent enough, they would be just as curious as to whether they were alone as we are curious if we're alone. So, I mean, I think that it's completely plausible to think that they're looking for us while we're looking for them. And
I think it would be a matter of like, if they would be anything like me and I stumbled across a planet like ours and learned up on the state of what we got going on, I would just be like, fuck that. We're good over here.
It's hard to say because every animal has its own behavior, and we can't put our own behavior onto another species because they're going to have different reasoning for doing what they do. But I do agree with you. The chances that
did you just describe Christians? No, I'm playing. It was a joke.
But for them for us to be the only, we lose Jason there. Be the only ones in the galaxy, in the universe, I think is very unlikely. The numbers are just astounding.
That's almost impossible.
But the question is with the astounding distances, obviously, for us to run into each other is pretty rare. It would be pretty unlikely.
Exactly. But I mean, what's to say that there's not, a life form somewhere on a planet or anything that's, a million
light years away
that has discovered the Voyager, and they're like, holy shit, this is from a different solar system. What are we looking at here? Oh my God, let's try to communicate with it.
Is that a weather balloon? Well, I'm just thinking,
Well, I mean, my thing is I don't think Voyager's that far away from us. When you look at the distances that it's got to travel.
Have y'all ever seen that they would hide? Have y'all ever seen Independence Day?
Yes.
First one worthwhile. Second one.
Yeah.
I'm
talking about the first one. Yeah.
Don't even bother watching the second one.
Yeah. Don't even wait for popcorn.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's where I start thinking is like, if we ever came into a scenario like that, we're definitely going to try to eliminate the threat before we even know if it's a threat to begin with.
Well, that would be my biggest concern of us running into another species out in space would be how aggressive would we act instantly? Would we, would we fall into fear and just instantly attack it, or would we actually have take that moment?
What their pronouns are.
Aggressively, I feel like they would shoot that. They would try to shoot that motherfucker right at the sky.
Have y'all ever seen what like spacewalks?
Like actual spacewalks?
Yeah, like where like the recordings, whatever they have on their suits and everything. Dude, that terrifies me.
Yeah,
black abyss.
Well, I mean, like you just see Earth below, and you're just like floating, and you're just hooking up and shit, and it's just like,
what if you just?
Yeah, like no.
To me, it's not that. It's to me, it's the worry of freaking asteroids flying through and just tear you apart,
which is a giant concern, especially on the moon.
Well, right now it's happening to the Soviet. I think it's a Soviet pod. It's on the Soviet station. They have one that's leaking. I think oxygen or air or water or something from it. I think it's from the AC unit or something. And
it's leaking. It's condensating because it was a strike.
Yeah, it's been hit by a little asteroid.
On their rescue mission either to take everybody.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So did they change their I heard they were gonna send up the thing and make the crew stay there longer, like a whole year.
I'm not sure. All I know is I've seen they said the reason why they couldn't just send up a pod and get everybody is because there wouldn't be enough room for everyone.
Dude, no, that'd be a fucking straw situation. Like y'all coming to get me. Sorry, Daryl. Well, we're one man short and we don't know what happened to him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or what if it becomes a Donner Party situation in space?
I mean, sometimes you got to face that reality, though. It's like, because I imagine, that would be like a terrible scenario. You know what I mean? Where it's like, dude, what the fuck? Like, we got to stay here another year, and like, this is the predicament. Like, what happens if something else goes out within that amount of time, and they ain't already got it coming?
But I mean, they're also Russian cosmonauts. They're considered expendable anyway.
Oh well.
Well, are all of them Russian cosmonauts? Because I know, like, a lot of times they'll have other,
I'm not
from
sure.
Other countries.
I'm not sure. I don't think there's anybody up there from the U.S. right now. I think we recalled them in August, actually.
You guys ever heard of the lost cosmonauts, though?
Yes.
Like they just sent the Russians just sent cosmonauts into space with no way of coming back.
Yes. They did it first with a dog. And they did it.
They sent humans into space, and whenever they would ask, "How are we getting? How are we going to come back?" They would cut off communications with them, just let them float into the dark abyss, and just eventually die of lack of oxygen. That was just so crazy.
Now, could you imagine being on the space station? You're looking out the window, and all of a sudden, one of these frozen Russians come flying into the damn space station and stuck to your window. You're looking at them. It's like
my stupid ass would probably laugh, but that's just me.
It's just crazy to think like how savage that is. Like, yeah, we're gonna send you up to space, and that's it. You're not coming back.
I mean, Russia's always pretty much considered all of their citizens, no matter who they are, expendable. I mean, there are certain people that are protected, but for the most part, you're expendable. And I mean, for the most part, I'd imagine in a lot of ways in the United States, you're expendable too, depending on, the media outcry would be their biggest concern. There's going to be people with boots on the ground.
And they build a boat as big as a Titanic. We ain't getting on that motherfucker.
This right here has always been one of my favorite videos. Have y'all ever seen this?
Yeah,
where the guy he snuck
a gorilla suit.
Yeah, he snuck a gorilla suit in up there in the space station and just
chased people.
Yeah, and this motherfucker, look at the fear in that man's eyes, bro. Dude, I've never look, and you gotta imagine, right? Like, there's no gravity in a situation like that. But my boy was moving.
Yeah, he was, bro.
I'm talking about, like, all right, for example, like, look how slow this dude's kind of moving. You know, he's not.
And he's trying to hurry.
Yeah. My dude right here says,
I'm out.
Like, this dude is Michael Phelps of space. Like, straight up.
Out of there, bro. He was not fucking with it. Pause it when he gets there. Just. Nope.
Yeah, dude, look.
Not yet.
I just can't imagine, like, me being up in space, bro, and thinking a
Do
fucking
it frame by frame. Go to like 0.25 and look at the fear in this man's face.
Speed.
Where is this at? In the settings?
Yeah, settings, and then playback speed. And then 0.25.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
That's gonna be super slow. You gotta.
Yeah, you know what I'm
trying to figure it out here.
Mm-hmm.
Come back, you bitch.
Here we go.
Like, one push off, two push off. Like, and then just straight up.
He's breaking electronics and shit. And he's like, I don't even care.
Yeah.
He's not fucking around. He's scared.
Like, well, I wonder why y'all broke the oxygen line or something.
Grab
here
it
and there. You know what I mean? Or it's
shit.
Yeah, it's like, well, like, who the hell brought a fucking gorilla suit, you know?
To the escape pod.
So that, you know, that just, I don't know why, with just us talking about all that, it just kind of made me feel like I had to show that to somebody who might not have seen it, because
I hadn't seen it. That's hilarious.
yeah, man, when I first seen that, I was like, this dude, like, how did he manage to get that on there?
I mean, you know, there was people that were in on it. You know, the engineers and the techs at NASA were like, fuck yeah, we can get that in for you.
Like, oh, you want to make Dave shit on himself? Oh, we can do that. We'll make that.
Good.
I would just be like, hold up.
Would you just see like a turd float by?
Yeah. Well, like the music though.
The space station seems to have gained an unexpected guest who looks like he wandered over from Planet of the Apes.
And that's just, I
He
don't know.
smuggled it up the old school way. Red, are you talking about the prison wallet?
The prison wallet.
I'll bet you are.
I
That's
gotta
one hell of
find-
a prison wallet for a gorilla suit, but
I gotta find one
Oh
before.
my! He called it a prison wallet.
Yeah, he
Mhm.
did.
Yeah, it's prison
Yeah.
wallet.
Hey, if you know, you know. This is a judgment-free zone over here, though. Judgment-free, whatever, you know, where you're safe over here.
Yeah, he was. I had a feeling.
Have you guys seen Get Him to the Greek?
Long time ago, like when it first
He's
came
like,
out.
where he makes him smuggle the fucking heroin up his ass at the plane station at the fucking airport, and he's like,
I need to watch that movie again. I haven't seen it in a long time.
He's like, I gotta sneeze. And he sneezes. He's like, I think I broke a rib.
No, don't do it to me. Don't
Like,
do it to me.
Oh my goodness, you all right?
I had to.
The fuck is that, bro?
That fucking
The
thing
dog?
kills me every time. I've seen that like 1,000 times.
Apparently the
Dog has a severe gag reflex.
yeah, the way he's in the water, dude.
Oh my goodness, you all right?
Are you all right? No, I'm not all right. Fuck.
Throw out the whole lake, bro.
Now, for anybody who might have like a weak gag reflex and heard that, my apologies, but that one gets Jason a lot. Like, he sent that to me one time, and
That video's been around for like 7 or 8 years. Too.
Yeah, I never see. I was in
Yeah,
China.
God, it
Dude,
kills me.
it
It's
just
in Ohio,
reminded
yeah,
me of,
probably.
he just like smelled butt or something, you know. It was just like that was like
I have a very strange sense of humor and stuff like that, or the cats with the cucumbers. Thinking they're steaks or whatever and jumping, those kill me.
Have y'all ever seen the
cats with brain freeze? Oh my god!
You know
Kill
the puffer fish.
Yeah.
You ever seen that, James?
Yeah.
Oh, where he's feeding them a carrot.
Oh, fuck.
Good.
I don't know. Maybe not.
You don't know if you've seen it?
Have you seen the turtles?
Turtles?
That like hump each other and they make noises?
Oh yeah.
I
knew somebody that used to have desert tortoises and they were yeah. You'd hear that shit from like 100 yards away too.
They are fucking weird sounding motherfuckers.
This is the one I'm talking about right here, James.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember one of my cousins sent me that and just wouldn't stop. But yeah, like it was like after every sentence he followed it up with the puffer fish. Oh.
Look up the turtles.
Might have to give it an X rating if you put the turtles on there.
Yeah.
Worth it.
I typed in turp and it put like thing first popped up was turtles making love.
First thing, huh?
What have we become to where like that is the thing of like you just put turp.
Making love.
Well, see now I kind of feel like this is like a I don't know. There's so many of them on here making love. Like which ones?
It don't matter.
Listen, if any of them say the words "pull out," do not watch that one. Do not.
Oh my god, dude!
That one, not on stream.
That
turtles pull out. Do not watch that one.
All right, we gotta fucking stop, man. We are menaces to society, bro. Like that is bad. Like if that don't cure depression, I don't know what will.
Ooh, true international depression.
All right, we'll move on.
He's sticking the tongue out like Jordan.
Oh, dude. All right. We're wrong for that. We're wrong for that. Chat, I apologize. It wasn't my idea. Blame James on that one.
Man, I had to show you. You acted like you've never seen it before.
Or if you're into it, you're welcome.
Yeah. Like,
damn.
Oh man. I'm kind of like beside myself now.
It gets
like,
so much worse.
Yeah, I don't even
know.
On
that note.
Yeah, on that note.
Yeah.
I think it's time to call it quits for the night.
Oh, yeah. We've been on too fucking long as it is. Nobody cares about us anyway. We're just having a good time.
Unimportant.
Chat cares about us and we care about us, and that's all that matters.
If I don't know if Devin's still here or not, but y'all shelter that man with love. I think he needs it.
I used to be legit. Now I'm unlegit.
Yeah.
Well, have you? Wait, we've got a request.
Yes.
Here. Have you seen?
I have.
Bloke punched a cat. Yes. I'll watch it again though, real quick.
Is it the one where he's protecting his dog, or just the dude that's literally boxing a kangaroo? Well, I mean, they're both good, so.
I don't think I've seen the dog one.
Dude, that buff ass kangaroo though, he fucks people up.
Oh yeah.
That one, he straight boxed that one motherfucker. He's stout too.
Yeah. The dog one, yeah, that's what I figured. The dog, that's a good one. Yep, this is it.
I could just hear like, "Oi!" Oh, he's yelling something.
Aussies don't say oi.
Squared off.
I don't know.
Man
That's
versus
what I would be
marsupial.
saying.
Kangaroo reacts with a, "You did not just do that." Look of
Kangaroo's
disbelief
like, what the
before
fuck,
turning
bro?
tail. Round 1 goes to the man.
To save himself, he launches a right hand to the kangaroo's snout.
Oh, look at the
Despite
kangaroo's face.
overthrowing
Is
that
classic.
punch heated up as the video went viral.
So the question is, did the guy do the right thing by punching him? No.
No, my
They
ass.
should have kicked him in the nuts.
Dude, that fucking kangaroo squared up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I would
Kangaroos will fuck you up.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
No,
the way old boy throws his hands up, though, kills me. Like,
because aren't there
like
claws?
he was getting ready to get into a fucking street fight.
They can rip you open with them claws.
I've seen a lot of videos about kangaroos and shit like that. Well, one of my favorite channels on YouTube is Aussie Man. You ever seen Aussie Man? Aussie Man's fucking hysterical.
Yeah, he makes all the voiceovers.
Destination fucked, and yeah, no, he's so funny.
I haven't seen him recently.
Yeah, no, he does good
It's so
videos.
dominant, the Rue would have attacked.
He's right. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
that's why
funny
he
to-
was looking at him like, holy shit.
It's funny to like actually see a grown ass man square up with a grown ass kangaroo. That's just a funny thing.
I mean, then again, too, it's like crazy that the grown ass kangaroo was like squaring up with the dude as well.
Literally.
Like they
Well,
were like,
that's the question. That's the question would be is obviously he hit that kangaroo probably to like intimidate it back.
Yeah, certain evidence.
So
Yeah,
what,
he had to.
The question is, what would the kangaroo have done to him if he hadn't?
Oh, he probably grabbed him by his head and beat the piss out of him.
The way they hop up, if they get them feet, and when they kick, them claws that they got, man, with them, it'll
If
you open.
Yeah. If you're near water, they like to drown your ass too.
Yeah, they'll
hold you underwater. Yeah.
I've seen a YouTube video of a kangaroo grabbed a dude by the back of his head and punched his face in like 20 times.
Yep.
He just pop, 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 pop. Just they had a hold of the back of his head. Fucking like almost in a headlock.
Yeah, that was on. There used to be a website called That's Fucked, and I saw that on that website.
It seems like where you would go to find everything that's fucked up.
It was a good website.
I don't even know if it's still up, but I remember like back in the day, rotten.com.
Rotten's gone. Rotten finally died about 2 years ago. Yeah, 2.5 years ago.
Like, when I was like a real young,
Mhm.
somebody was like, "Here, check this out."
They
And
stopped updating Rotten in about 2010, 2011. Not that I'm a professional on it, but they stopped updating it like around 2010, 2011.
My thing is,
unfortunately.
dude, I was kind of glad to a certain point because I think there's some things on the internet you just do
Not
not
me.
see.
There used to be like a thing called Faces of Death that was crazy.
I got
yeah.
whole movies,
Yeah.
videos of that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's like, "Boy, you don't want to watch this." I was like, "What is it?" And he's like, "People getting killed." And I'm like, "Why the hell are you watching it?"
Because I like watching people getting killed.
Grab some popcorn there, boy. You're going to learn today.
Grab
I
some
remember-
popcorn, put some nacho cheese on it. Let's go.
When I was in high school, we did the driving class.
Yeah.
They had us watch a movie which was all like 1960s. It looked like, and it was all they called it the Faces of Death, I think, as well. Or no, it was called
Red Asphalt.
Red Asphalt. Yep.
Yep. Red Asphalt.
And I remember the one that got me was the one where it was a motorcyclist, and you see his face is gone, but you see his blood smear, on the pavement, and then you see this white line where it's obviously his bone on his face just tearing through the. It was like, geez.
That was my favorite scene.
I don't know if they even teach those classes anymore.
No, they don't.
Well, I mean, I wonder why.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something, though, to me, it's kind of like on the lines of like, "Hey, man, you ever seen Two Girls, One Cup?" "Oh, yeah, you ought to check it out, man. No, it's good content." Yeah, and it's like, motherfucker, why would you get me to watch that?
Have you ever seen Three Girls Face Paint or Finger Paint?
Have you ever seen Two Guys, One Hammer?
No, I mean, no.
See, just the setup to that, I'm like, I'm good, bro. I hold my
I've
own
seen it.
hammer. Like, I don't even know.
Don't watch Two Guys, One Hammer, bro. It
Two Guys,
is
One Hammer is fucked.
No, you know,
Three
when I
Girls,
was
Finger Paint is worse
watching
than Two
Tim
Girls, One
Allen and Home Improvement, you know, that was my two dudes with one hammer. I don't need none of this new age. Yeah.
I'll tell you,
that's not new age. That's like
in the Czech
2004,
Republic, and it's like these two dudes. I don't even talk about it. They get this homeless dude and they beat him with a hammer.
Yep.
And they record it.
Yeah.
And they went to prison over this shit. They got caught, but
well, I mean, I imagine so.
The video was viral in like 2008, 2007.
No, I'm good.
Yeah,
it was crazy, bro.
Well, that was about the time that everybody was watching bum fights.
Yeah,
I do remember bum fights being a thing and losing $20, but like, I didn't support that shit at all either. You know, it's like these people are less fortunate, and you're just, you know, that monetary gain of like, hey, you know, we can make a business out of this. Hey, Dana, come over here. And he's like, well, you know, maybe.
Oh wow, the prisoner said the Two Guys, One Hammer actually did more.
I see that.
A pregnant woman once and pulled the fetus. Yeah, see, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Those dudes were lunatics.
I hadn't even thought about I haven't thought about that in. I never saw that one, but I haven't thought about that in decades.
Well, see, that's what I was saying though too. Is like when people have access to that on the internet, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not, you know, trying to just be that type of person, but do you think that could implement thoughts into other people's minds that are subject to see it?
Psychotic people that will probably end up doing it anyway.
Well, that's what I mean, and that's like at that point, that's where I think there's like a fine line of like we don't need no more psychotic people. You know, I think if we like reduce some of like the psychotic material that's around that implement the thoughts into people's minds, that maybe we could have less psychotic shit going on.
I just remember, I can't remember if it was late 90s or early 2000s, and they had the guys get beheaded. You know, they got captured.
ISIS stuff, yeah.
Well, it was before, way before ISIS, but I just remember seeing that because I remember, you know, because it, you know, obviously became viral.
Yeah.
You know, obviously before YouTube, but I remember seeing it, and then after seeing it, wishing I had never seen that. That was.
I'm good without it.
Yeah. You know,
I'm good without it. I've always had a morbid curiosity of like accidents and things like that, but beheadings and shit like that, I can't. You know, and then the murder like from
accidents.
Yeah, and then like the murder like from two dudes with a hammer or whatever it was. That was yeah.
Well, that's
that was
accidents of morbid
I had
curiosity.
a friend show me that is how I seen it, but like I like murder mysteries, but I don't like too much detail is too much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that's where, you know, like I had a few friends try to be like, "Hey, check this out," and I'm like, "No, man, I'm good. Like, I don't need to."
You were the smart one.
Like, I like watching pufferfish eat carrots and damn dogs choking them with like water.
Dogs ralphing up half
you
the
know,
water.
Gorillas chasing people in space and kangaroos
throwing the turtles. Fucking doing the nasty.
Fucking making beats and mixtapes and shit.
Making beats.
And, you know, that's my type of content. Not like, hey, you want to see how Carl died?
Yeah.
No, I'm fine, man.
Yep.
But on that note, to all of that have attended tonight's bait, clout chasing, whatever the fuck you want to call it, I don't care. We appreciate you coming to.
That's what she said.
Yeah, facts.
That's what the turtle said.
Stream, Rhett Getty, Mr. Dan, Prisoner, I'm a Fucking Devil, Ancient Oracle, Frank Caves, Golden Apples, Dylan in the Details.
Robert.
Yeah, first and foremost, should have been Robert.
Don't forget
Eliminator.
Don't forget Vision.
Vision as well. Sony Punk stopped by for a little bit. Dr. Hino, D Rhino there.
Yeah, D Rhino.
Baconator.
Bacon,
Bacon showed up. Yeah, Bacon
showed up. Yeah, he must have drank some milk because he went to bed.
Yeah.
Some milk.
He was here to sword fight with Vision for a little while and then left.
Yeah. Which is all good.
Yeah,
I mean, I'll
whatever.
probably unlist the stream anyway. So, you know. All
I
in
thought
all,
it was a good stream.
Yeah, Mr. Details is in there. Like, I'm still scrolling through here looking at. Yeah, I might keep this up just so I could have good reading material and be like, we got them. We got them, didn't we? We fired them up.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got them.
We got them. But nonetheless, it's been a wonderful.
Golden Apples.
Yeah, Golden Apples. You know, if you was here and we didn't mention your name, be more prominent. And
yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We forgot about the POTUS.
Oh yeah, mutated cutie.
POTUS.
Mutated cutie. Joe Biden himself, True International Impression. We forgot about that one.
And
yeah, he tripped into the stream for a little bit.
A little bit. Yeah, him tripping up them stairs is a real problem. He's probably gonna be the first president where they put like a lift going up into it, you know, where he just sits down and it just gradually takes him up in there.
I'm sorry, but at this point it's just elder abuse.
Wait till you see him pull up on a trike next time.
Dude, that would I'm not as much as I have, you know, in different views and shit on that. I think that would be like pretty baller to see Biden rolling up on a fucking trike, you know.
Big wheel would be better.
Yeah, like a big wheel, like some like Baby Kids type shit, you know.
With his mint chocolate chip ice cream.
Like Menace to Menace.
You gotta get him on one of those 3-wheel chopper bikes.
There you go.
And he's got to be sniffing some random little girl's hair. He likes doing that.
Well, we're trying to stop him from doing that. Like, we're not going to enable that.
Hey, that's what he likes doing.
I mean, but that don't mean I gotta be like, hey, bro, this keep
That's what he
doing
likes doing, bro. He's the president. He's the POTUS.
You don't have to feed him his jelly bellies, man.
All right.
Yeah. Well, we're going like. It's that time.
Next week we'll talk about electric school buses.
Yeah, and next week we'll still try to spread the love, and hopefully everybody can get a little bit more acceptance.
In non-sexual ways, though, weirdos.
I mean, if they do, make sure you record it.
If
it's consensual and of age, just to clarify. Instead of a carrot, yeah, there you go.
And non-snuff.
Non-snuff too. Like a lot
I didn't realize when you first brought that up about 2 Men and a Hammer. I didn't realize that was a snuff film.
I was thinking of a different 2 Men and a Hammer.
Yeah, I was thinking of Wreck-It Ralph and Fix It Felix. See where my mind is, losers. But yeah, we appreciate everybody. Until next time, as always, stay Kino, stay comfy.